all of your Carhartt attire, including coats, rainwear, and more. Hepler's Country Store on Bogey Run Road in Brockport. Attire, accessories, and boots for all ages. Hepler's Country Store on Facebook, or just stop right in. And we will be back with analysis, starting lineups, and more right after we pay a few bills. You're listening to Center 106, your home for Rover football. Marty, I don't know if you can turn the sound up from the studio. It's very hard to hear you. Yes. Yeah, much better. We get these big trucks going by behind us here, so it's very difficult to hear.
Welcome to Brookville Area High School for the home opener of Raider football. Tonight the Raiders welcome the Rovers from Brockway.
Okay, we're back to Brookville tonight, and Max, nice to have you back with us. We apparently didn't run you off last week in your first broadcast. I thought you did extremely well. Tonight we're going to have our hands full because we're going to be fighting the tractor trailers running behind us and the PA system right above us. So it's going to be difficult to hear some things tonight. But as we set the stage tonight, let's look back to last year. It was a long time since actually Brockway had played against Brookville, and Brockway came away with a win last year. But a lot has happened since last year. A lot of what's happened is that Brockway graduated 17 seniors from the football team. And another thing that has happened is that Jack Krug, the quarterback that played last year so well, was injured in the first series and did not play the rest of that game at Brockway. But tonight he's at full strength, and he's a junior this year, and he is I think the leading passer in D9 right now. Yeah. He just did that here recently, 199 yards passing last week. So he's going to be a formidable foe here tonight on his home field.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see another great game tonight. See what Brookville has tonight, because I remember back when I was in high school, Brookville-Brockway was always a big rivalry. I'm glad to see that this matchup's happening more often than it usually has in the past. So I'm really excited to see what the athletes have tonight, see what Brookville's athletes, but more importantly, what Brockway's athletes have tonight.
Well, there's no doubt that Brockway is down a little bit this year, having graduated all those seniors, and they do not have a large squad this year. But this kind of thing happens normally in small schools. Brockway actually has been very fortunate because over the last, maybe 2 decades, they've had winning seasons throughout that time. Last year they were 8-3, so this is one year where they just don't have that talent coming up, and they've got a lot of young kids that are trying to learn this game.
Yeah, I just hope these kids have a lot of tenacity to pull through this season and hope to keep that tradition of having winning seasons in Brockway going. But I think this might be a good year for all the kids with all, it's a young group since all those seniors graduated. So maybe it's just a learning season for all these guys to help get them better during their juniors and seniors years.
Well, I just hope, Max, they don't get discouraged with all of this and count it as a learning experience, get themselves prepared for next year, and for a lot of them just to realize what it takes to play at the higher level. You need to get in shape over the summer. You need to get working at it, not only to become a better athlete, but to be a safer athlete as well.
Yeah, and going back on the discouraged thing, this still is a game for them. It's a high school game, so they should still try to have fun with it. They came out here for a reason because they love playing football, so that's a big thing there. Hopefully they don't get discouraged and their love for the game doesn't disappear while that happens.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the love of the game because at every level, even those that are making millions to play the game, they play, yes, they get great money, but a lot of them will tell you that they just love playing the game, and that's why they continue to do it even though they may be hurt, and there's certainly the opportunity from one week to the next to be catastrophically injured. They still play it because they love to play it, and so we hope that that's why kids are doing it. And but tonight, beautiful night, as we said, just partly sunny, but mostly sunny right now.
Yep.
And a few clouds in the sky. We hope that there'll be no rain in the area. There's not supposed to be. But this is Pennsylvania.
The weather can change whenever it wants to, right?
Yeah, and it certainly does. So, well, we'll be back with starting lineups. But before we do that, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Is the lineup the same for Brockway as it was last week?
Here's your change here. Owen Johnson's going to be in for Ty.
Okay.
For Ty, who's injured.
Serve you.
And they've lost
McDonald's, Route 219 Brockway, working hard to bring you quick service and quality meals with a smile. Let's go Rovers!
Joining on number 9.
You know what that is? That's the sign of a happy client of Swift Kennedy Insurance because their business is covered. Swift Kennedy staff has over 100 years of experience in commercial property and casualty insurance, plus 15 carriers available, so they can get you the best coverage. They take a risk management approach by evaluating exposures and designing a program just for you, so you can rest easy. Swift Kennedy Insurance.
Really, the only way for me to raise it is to raise it up in the board. I really can't take it real far.
You're covered by Swift Kennedy.
Joe's Tuck Shop is well known for providing the hottest styles in formal wear and tuxedos, but sometimes a suit is all you need for a homecoming or a semi-formal dance. Joe's Tuck Shop in downtown Du Bois has suit rentals with ties and vests to match any dress. So when you need to look your best, just go to Joe's. Joe's Tuck Shop, West Long Avenue, downtown Du Bois, a proud supporter of Brockway Rover football, making guys look great.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Starting lamps night. Starting lamps are sponsored by Brockway Floral Boutique. So, Max, you're on.
Okay, let's start with the visiting Brockway Rovers. We got a little bit of a change-up tonight, so we'll start with number 2. We got Ben Galasso. Number 13, Austin Schmieder. Number 16, Conrad Ford. He's the Number 64, Cameron Faust. Number 75, Ethan Ward. Filling in for Ty Bar, we got number 77, Owen Johnson. And finally, number 79, Isaac Painter. Now for your hometown Brookville Raiders here, we have number 2, Robert Keth. Number 6, number 12, Ian Thrush. Number 25, Ryan Daisley. Number 34, Cole LeBen. Number 52, Warren Corbett. Number 53, Elliott Park. Number 66, Aaron Kelso. Number 76, Wyatt Thrush. And number 88, Kyle Macbeth.
Okay, thank you, Max. Again, our starting lineup is sponsored by Brockway Floral Boutique. Start an occasion of any size, manner, or day off right with a lineup of arrangements in flowers. Visit the Brockway Floral Boutique in shop or Facebook or give them a call. Well, we're about ready to get this one going here. The band's out on the field. We're going to have the national anthem here shortly, but let's mention just the keys of the game here. Our keys of the game are sponsored by Rogos. Now, we want to just let you know that Rogos Auto Sales is key to the game. Find your new set of keys at Rogos Auto Sales. Check out the best selection of quality pre-owned vehicles in the area, or Rogos Auto Sales in Brockway and at rogosauto.com. So, Max, I think maybe as we look at keys of the game tonight, we're probably looking at number one. We're looking at a Brockway defense that's really going to have to stop this very potent spread offense run by Jack Krug, the junior quarterback, and then do a better job of tackling than they did last week.
Yeah, last week I heard from the coach. He said there was a lot of arm tackling, so he's telling his players throughout the week to hit their body on those players. Another thing that Coach Jake Hoggle was telling me, that one thing that the quarterback from Brookville likes to do is let the edge rushers come around on the outside and then send up right the middle. So I think a big thing for the Rovers is get that interior defensive line, try to plug those holes up and don't let them go anywhere.
Yeah, I think if there was one key, Max, you kind of mentioned that they are going to have to contain Jack Krug. If they do not, it's going to be a very long night for them. He can throw the ball very well, and he also can run extremely well. He's fast. I think that their 4x100 team was probably second or third in the state this year. Okay, well, we're going to have the alma mater here, and so while that happens here, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Highschool sports teach young people how to work together, win or lose, and be committed to achieving a common goal. Clyde Ferrero and Company encourages you to support our team. Fill the stands and root them on to victory. Brockway has a lot of spirit, and they show it by supporting our young people. Good luck, Rovers, from the professionals at Clyde Ferrero and Company, certified public accountants.
Hi, this is Mike at Lulo Transport. Due to our continued growth, Lulo Transport has immediate openings for multiple positions, including non-CDL package delivery drivers, driver helpers, owner-operators, and diesel mechanics. Lulo Transport is a local family-owned business dedicated to our area and to providing reliable, dedicated transportation services to our customers. We were named 2018 Small Business of the Year and voted Best Trucking and Hauling in the Tri-County region. If you're interested in joining our team, give us a call at 814-503-4131. Stop by the office at 349 DuBois Street or find us at lulotransport.com.
Ford Propane in Falls Creek, your locally owned family-operated propane supplier, is proud to sponsor this Brockway football game. More Propane knows how important teamwork is, both on and off the field. And More Propane teamwork together. Propane is another home powered source for Eagle Farm. Teamwork is involved to make this happen safely.
So I'm going to find out who the kicker is too, and maybe they have it here. Let's see. Yeah, okay.
You want me to keep track of who's doing
24.
You want me to keep track of who's doing the.
Okay, we are back after the national anthem. Very nice job done by the Brookville band, and we're about ready to get this one underway. And just keep in mind that this evening, as we are broadcasting, Max, from outside the booth tonight, so we're out here on the can we call this the veranda?
I think that would be probably a good word to use it, actually, yeah.
Or
the porch.
We're on the porch. I think that's what they call it. We're out on the porch here tonight, and fortunately it's not February, and it's going to be a pleasant evening to be outside, although it's going to cool off a little bit later on. I want to remind you that our weather is brought to you by Hepler's Country Store, and where you can find all of your bulk foods, dried goods, and baking supplies for your pregame or holiday cooking and baking. They have all types of sprinkles, hot chocolate, spices, and more. Hepler's Country Store on Facebook, or just go ahead and stop right in. So thank you to Hepler's Country Store. We have not seen the toss yet. We don't know who's kicking off and who's receiving. We'll let you know as soon as we find out here. I want to remind you that all of our times out tonight for the game will be taken care of by our friends at U Water. This timeout is brought to you by U Water and Holt Drilling of Brockway. If you think they're just another water company, then you're all wet. That's kind of catchy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I laugh every time you get to say it, too.
And, of course, we always thank our sponsors for doing this. Without them, we would not be able to be here. And, of course, all the first down sponsored by Advanced Disposal. And so we'll be doing that as well tonight. Well, let me ask you that, you had your first game last week, first time you've done this. What was your experience like?
I would just have to say I think it was a good overall experience, not going to lie. Pretty nervous right off the bat. I was afraid to do something that might have made me look like a ridiculous fool that was on the air. But I really enjoyed it. It was a new experience for me. Obviously, I've never been on the radio before, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I must have not been done as bad as I actually thought I did. So.
Yeah, I thought you did great, and there was a lot of good feedback. And the most important thing about radio, one thing is that you don't have to be very handsome, to do radio. We talk about having a radio face. Well, but one thing people want to know, they want to know what's going on all during the course of the game. They want to know the score. They want to know what's happening. And so our responsibility is to paint a picture for them as they sit at home and listen to the games. And of course, as the weather gets worse and worse, there'll be more people sitting at home listening to the game.
More people.
Right now, it's a great night to be out, and just a beautiful setting here too at Brookville High School as we look out. The only problem that we have is that behind us is Route 80, and
the interstate. Yeah,
we have all those trucks coming by here, and so they might interfere with our sound just a little bit. So, okay, the captains are out in the center of the field. I want to remind you that our tonight's coin toss is brought to you by McDonald's of Brockway. Good luck to the Rovers from Coyle and the team at McDonald's. So we'll see what the determination will be here. Again, both offenses are going to be running a spread offense, so we'll know that right off the top. And it depends on which one is able to do the best job at running that offense. But we know that when you lose, like Brockway has, let's see what the toss is here. It looks like Brookville is going to go ahead and receive. So they're going to receive down to our right. The sun is setting to our left, basically. So the Rovers will be kicking off to the Brookville Raiders here in just a moment. Captains out there, of course, John Wood is one of those. Nick Porn is another. Ben Glassel is the other. And number 70, Big 79 out there is Isaac Painter. Here's the other captain for the Brockway Rovers. So we're about ready to get this one underway. And as we say every week, sit back in the nicest chair that you have, get yourself a cup of tea or what?
Coffee. I like coffee.
You like coffee?
Yeah.
Coffee's okay. It might keep some people awake in their easy chair. So, and we hope that we'll have a good contest here tonight. Both teams, as you look at both teams, Max, you notice that there are fewer kids on both sidelines than I remember in years past for both of these teams. So it seems like this is something that's happening all over. A lot of teams are really down this year as far as numbers.
Yeah, it's really sad to see that. I'm just hoping that it's just it's just like a trend that's happening right now, and maybe it's like a roller coaster. You got to go down before you go back up. So I'm hoping eventually these schools start picking up and we start getting more of our football players out here. So we have more players out here. Maybe that means higher competition for each game that we get to see.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with that. Trying to get a number here. We don't have the best vantage point here. Who is deep here for?
I think we have number 6 on the field for Brookville.
Okay, and that would be the quarterback. That is Jack Krug, junior quarterback. He's back. Lewis Painter is the kicker, by the way, for Brockway. And we are ready to get this one underway as Brookville will handle the ball first on offense. Kick will come all the way down. It's going to be taken there, and they've got a reverse down there right at about the 25-yard line. And let's see if we can pick up that number, Max.
Number 23, Braden Smith with the tackle there. He did a good job wrapping him up, bringing him right to the ground.
Okay, so Brookville offense now will take the field. Jack Krieger is the quarterback. Running back will be Robert Keith back there. He also plays linebacker on defense. Wide receiver, we got Ian Thrush there. And, of course, Ryan Daisley as well. Labeni, of course, is a running back as well. So we'll see who we have in the backfield. Of course, it will be Krug back there, and he was going to be in the shotgun. Got a slot on both sides this time, so we have a double slot formation. And Krug will back to pass right away. He's a left-hander and is going to pull it down and run. He's got running room there as he will cross the 40-yard line, still on his feet. And he's inside the 40, the 30, and he will take this thing to the house. So on the first play from scrimmage, Jack Krug with just 11:38 remaining here in the first period, and it is 6-0 in favor of the Raiders. And I'll tell you what, when he gets a little bit of room, he will be gone.
Yeah, he flies, and exactly what I said right at the beginning of the pregame. Try to keep the inside of that pocket closed off. They let the middle of that line open up, and he just went from there.
You know, the difficulty too with a guy like him is that even if he doesn't have that room up the middle, if you try to crash on him, then he's going to take the outside, and then he will burn you out there. So very difficult guy to handle here is Jack Krug. Okay, here comes the extra point. And that is going to be, let's see who their kicker is. That's going to be Donovan Hoffman, I believe, number 24. Ball is now left-footed kicker, and it goes off the goalpost, and it is no good. So the 11:38 remaining here in the first period is the Raiders from Brookville 6 and the Brockway Rovers 0. And we'll be back with the Brookville kickoff right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football. Well, that didn't take long, did it?
No.
Who's the tailback? I didn't get a number there.
We do a virtual walkthrough with the customer. That way they can see live and live in color what this product's actually going to look like installed at their house. So we go the extra mile for our customers, and they can have a virtual walkthrough and visit the project and see exactly what it's going to look like and go from there.
Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly maintenance available. Call 594-6421 today and yardworksco.com.
On the playing field, it's a battle, but the things the Brockway Rovers know are excellence, teamwork, and
responsibility. The folks at Phoenix Sintered Metals knows about those too, and are proud to sponsor Brockway Rovers football. Phoenix Sintered Metals is a Verichetti family-owned powdered metals manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork and responsibility to the community. Hard work and perseverance do pay off. Go Brockway Rovers.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
No good, bounced off the upright. Here comes the kick. John Wood is back there along with Snyder, and it will go to Wood at about the looks about the 15-yard line, and Wood's taking it to the far side. Doesn't get far. He'll bring it up to just about the 29-yard line. So the Brockway Rovers will take over at the 29-yard line. This will be their first offensive series, of course. And so see what they can do as they will come out also in the shotgun formation. The quarterback has been Connor Ford, and he is back there, quarterback tonight. Looks like we're getting trips right off the bat here to the near side. One split to the far side on the part of the Rovers. Ball sitting there at about the 29-yard line. First down and 10 for the Rovers. First offensive series for them. In motion is John Wood to the near side. Snap is good, and there's a quick throw out to Wood. Got some running room out there. He's across the 30 and still on his feet. Across the 35 and across the 40. And that is a first down for John Wood. What a great run by John Wood as he takes that across the almost up to the 45-yard line. Let's see where they're going to mark it. Maybe over the 45 to about the, I guess about the 46-yard line. So John Wood with a great run there. Again, the first down for the Rovers.
Yeah, he seemed to do a good job. It looked like he broke about 2 or 3 tackles on there, so he did a good job trying to get extra yards there.
Okay, so first down for the Rovers. It's our first advanced disposal first down now for the Rovers. Snyder is in motion this time, and it looks like Connor Ford's going to keep it, and he does. He's got running room out there, and he's all the way across the inside the 40-yard line to be tackled there about the 36 or 37-yard line.
Looks like there's a flag on the field right now.
Usually that's a block in the back out there or a holding call. Let's see what it's going to be. Does a nice job by Connor Ford to keep that ball that time and go off tackle. Let's see if the call against is going to be a hold against the Rovers. So that great run by Ford is going to come back. And they can ill afford to make those kinds of mistakes tonight, Max.
Yeah, especially with a big play like that. That was about, I think about 14, 15-yard gain there. So you really hate to see a holding call on something like that. So I'm hoping they can limit that those kind of errors tonight.
Well, yeah, two first downs on 2 consecutive plays. I mean, that's pretty good for the Rovers, but they're going to be backed up now, so they're going to place that ball back here. Let's see where he's going to spot that. outside or inside the 50-yard line now, back in Rover territory at about the 47-yard line. So it's going to be a first down, and a first down looks like to be about 8 yards to go to the line of gain. We have trips to the near side again, one split receiver to the far side. John Wood is in the slot on the far side. He could be back in motion again. Let's wait and see what happens. And he is as he comes to the near side. And Ford will keep the ball again, and he's got running room there. And he's got the outside as he's inside the 30. Down to about the 29-yard line or right at the 30. Let's see, I think it's going to be the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it, so another advanced disposal first down. So right now it seems like they may be overplaying John Wood, and Ford has had the opportunity to run the ball.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job, kind of like I said last week with that read option. He's doing a really good job of holding that ball to that last minute and then taking it if he sees the defender reaching for the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. So first down, ball resting right on the nose of the ball is right on the 30-yard line as Brockway is moving from our left to our right. On a beautiful evening from Brockway or Brookville, Pennsylvania. I'm going to do that often tonight with the two B's here. I'm going to be doing that often. Okay, we have a full house backfill right now. Ford is back there. John Wood will get the handoff. He crosses the 30-yard line inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. So that's going to bring up a second down now. Let's call it a second down and 8.
Yeah, unfortunately there it looks like the inside of that pocket kind of closed up a little bit. He got gang tackled there. But I think he did a good job keeping his feet moving, and it looked like he got an extra yard there near the end of the play.
Well, Brookville will, at some point, they're going to start keeping people at home in the center of that line, and not going to go after some of that stuff. We've got a slot to the far side again. We've got trips to the near side. Connor Ford is back there by himself this time. Snyder is now in motion, and he will not get the handoff. Ford will keep it, and he will be stopped almost immediately. So that will bring up a third down at about 7 or 8. Let's call it about 8 yards to go to get the line of gain, which is down at the 20-yard line right now. Well, that's one of those times where that didn't work so well. They were kind of waiting for that, so I think they may have got that figured out here.
Yeah, and I kind of like this tonight. It's a new kind of look offense for the Rovers. I don't think it's something that I usually see from a high school team, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out tonight for them.
Yeah, you don't often see the quarterback wanting to keep the ball quite so often, especially up the middle. And Connor Ford's not a big kid either, but he is athletic. He's back to pass for the first time. Looking downfield, and got a man open there and makes the catch. That's Porn at the 15-yard line, and he'll get the advanced disposal first down, be knocked out of bounds down around the 8-yard line. So nice play there. Porn was wide open on that play as he came across the field from the near side to the far side.
Yeah, the Rover line did a really good job, at least giving him a little more extra seconds to find the pass. But I like how Ford was scrambling outside the pocket and found the open Porn for a good, I think, 15-yard gain there.
Okay, so they're going to spot that ball, I think, right at the 8-yard line, and so it'll be a first and goal for the Rovers. And one thing about this long drive, too, Max, is it keeps that offense of the Raiders off the field, and I think that is an important point tonight that they need to do that. Okay, Connor Ford to John Wood looking for the sideline and will not get it as he will lose some ground. That ball will now be back to about the 10-yard line, so it's going to be second and goal from the 10 for the Rovers.
Yeah, it seemed like the Raiders' defense was easily able to figure that read option out there, able to contain Wood from going inside, pushing him outside where there's a couple defenders there waiting for him.
Okay, so they have a second and 10 now. They are deep in the red zone. Trips again to the near side. We have a single split to the far side. That's Snyder out there. John Wood is in the slot here on this near side in the trips formation. Ford rolling to the near side, looking to pass, but he's getting pressured back there. But he makes the most of it, gets the ball off, and it's knocked down as he was intending to get it to Glassel. And that was a dangerous throw right there.
Yeah, he has to be careful with that. He was getting tackled when he made that pass, and I think there was about 3 Raider defensive men right there ready to pick that off. Fortunately, the kid that got his hand on it, it was too far outstretched for him to catch it.
Yeah, right. They were looking for Glassel on that play. Glass is going to split wide here. We've got a slot to the near side. Now it's going to be a trip as John Wood will come out to the near side as well. Third down and 10 from the 10-yard line. The Rovers have it. They're down 6-0 here in the first period. Connor Ford back there with Porin, and he will run it himself. He's got a little bit of running room off that left side, and will take the ball down near the 5-yard line. They're going to mark it, I believe, at the 6-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and goal for the Rovers from the 6-yard line. Well, they may be going to try the field goal here. I think Lewis is coming back out. This is one of those games, though, Max, as I look at it. A field goal is not going to win this game. So they're going to try to get some points on the board, though, here as they're down on the 6-yard line.
Maybe that'll help them compared to last week because the Rovers didn't score until the second half. So maybe a field goal here, scoring early, might actually help them morale a little bit, give them a little more confidence going into this game. We
sure hope. Glassel's a holder. Ball is up and looks good from here. And it is. And so from 10 yards out, the Rovers will score and a field goal with 6:57 remaining here in the first period. And so we'll be back with the Rovers kickoff right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Keep your fleet running sweet with B&T Fleet Supply, specializing in the needs of heavy, medium, or light-duty trucks. Doesn't matter the job, your fleet needs the right supplies. B&T Fleet Supply is a Triangle Spring distributor. That means they have a complete supply of truck springs and suspension parts when you need them. Plus
Triangle Spring and Goodyear air springs. And B&T Fleet Supply can even do custom bent U-bolts and hydraulic lines. B&T Fleet Supply on William Street behind Cooper Tire.
Community service and school involvement. Time given to make where we live and learn a better place. The attorneys at Ferrero, Crook, and Ferrero are longtime members of the Brockway community and sincerely appreciate the many people who give of themselves to make Brockway the community it is. They're also big supporters of Brockway football, recognizing the hours of dedication and hard work by the coaches, players, cheerleaders, and the band. People dedicated to community and school spirit, bringing us all together. Thank you, and good luck, Rovers, from Ferrero, Crook, and Ferrero. Attorneys at Law, Brockway, your hometown law firm.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
The near side right now, Bates a few tackles still on his feet and will go out of bounds at about the 34-yard line, 33-yard line. So, Krug just kind of ran out of space there and just decided just to go out of bounds. But I'll tell you what, he's a dangerous runner.
Yeah, he really is. He's got some really quick feet for a smaller quarterback compared to what we saw last week. But let's hope that the Brockway defense can keep him a little bit more contained compared to that first drive.
And I'll tell you what, he is confident also. Back in the backfield with him is, I believe that's Cole Labeni is back there with Krug. Of course, they are in the spread formation as well. Got a split to the near side. They have a slot to they have a trips actually to the far side. And so their first offensive series here. 6:49 on stop clock right now remaining in the first period. 6-0 in favor of Brookville. High snap, but Krug gets it. And that is number 34. That is Cole Labeni. And he will bring it out to about the 39-yard line. Bring up a second down, about 4 now for the Raiders.
Yeah, Seth Stewart did a really good job of taking him down by himself. Looked like he just pulled him from the front, pulled him right down. I was talking to Coach Heigl. They said they were putting him on the line tonight to see if his quickness can get to the quarterback a little bit tonight as well.
Well, there's one thing they'll have to do tonight. They'll have to improve their tackling from last week, and I know they've been working on. And again, remember, Brockway, a young team. They have a lot to learn yet. You got jet motion here on the part of Brookville. Throw out pass is dropped, so it's no good. And we have a left-handed quarterback also. We don't see too many of them, and it does make a difference for the receivers. That ball is spinning the opposite direction, and so they have to get used to catching that ball spinning the opposite direction.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought tonight because I was expecting him to be a right-hander. So when I saw him throwing lefty, I'm like, oh, this is going to be an interesting thing to see tonight because I don't think there's been that many left-handed quarterbacks that came through D9.
Yeah, my son was a left-handed quarterback, actually, so he was one of the few that I remember seeing in high school as well. Okay, it is a third down now and 5. Krug is back to pass, and I think he's going to maybe run this ball, and he does, looking for that first down, and he is very close to the line of gain, as the line of gain was about the 44-yard line. And let's see if he made it.
It looked like number 13, Austin Schmader, went in for the tackle there. So,
and it is an advanced disposal first down, Max. So he just did get there. If you're good. if you're just joining us, I'll just remind you that we are in Brookville. The score is 6-0 in favor of Brookville, and we're at 5:46 on a running clock here in the first period. First touchdown scored by Jack Krug on a long run. Probably about, 75 yards, Max, somewhere in that area?
It seemed like it, yeah. Around the 70 range, that's for sure.
Okay, Krug is now under center, which you will not see often in the spread offense, of course. Slot to the near side, get jet motion. And this will be handed off in the backfield there, and that's Labeni, I should say. And he will get nowhere, and so that's going to bring up a second down and 10 for the Brookville Raiders. And nice job that time by the Brockway defense.
Yeah, they looked like the defense didn't get tricked out with what the Raiders were trying to do. Did a good job figuring out that Labeni was actually able to make the carry there. I was going to say that's probably one of the easiest names for us to say tonight.
I guess I have to think of Jack Benny, those people that are old enough to remember him. Okay, slot the near side and the far side. So double slot formation as Krug will roll around the backfield, try to get it downfield, and that is no good. I was talking to offensive coordinator Andy here before the game for the Raiders, and said that Krug was having a little difficulty. He was trying to help him with passing when he rolls out. And, of course, the strength there was he was rolling into his passing hand. He was rolling to the near side. He's a left-hander, so that's the best scenario if you're if you're rolling left. If you're a left-hander, that's usually a positive thing. But that time ball just kind of dived into the ground, and so that will bring up a third down from the same place. The ball sitting right there at about the 44-yard line, 43.5, with a third down and 10.
What I like to see on that last play is one of our defenders went right after Krug instead of waiting for him, so he kind of gave him some pressure right there right off the bat. So hopefully maybe see that a little bit more. That affects him. Yeah, kind of make him decide what he's going to do. Okay, Krug is back to pass, standing at about his 35-yard line. Pass downfield. He's got nobody open. Actually, he did have somebody open there at the 35-yard line. Didn't see him. Tried to throw it to the receiver, the far-out receiver, running a fly down the right sideline, but no good. So that's going to bring up a fourth down. Again, ball resting at the 44-yard line. Brookville and the right there,
team
right
is on the field.
So hopefully maybe see that a little bit more. That affects them. Yeah. So that's a pretty good series there for the Brockway defense.
Okay, Krug is back to pass, standing at about his
held them to, I think, probably no more than 20 yards on that drive. So that's a really good improvement there compared to the first drive.
That should be very encouraging, I think, to the receiver, the far-out receiver.
Okay, John Wood is the deep man.
No good, so that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Man, I believe, is Glass.
Again, ball resting at the 44-yard line.
Brookville back there at about
the team is on the field.
Hopefully maybe see that a little bit more. That affects them. So that's a pretty good series there for the Brockway defense. Held them to, I think, probably no more than 20 yards. Yeah, it took a really good bounce for him, an extra 10 yards there. So good caution corner punt right there, if you want to call it.
Okay, so with 4:19 in the first period, Shell Miller is Glass Brookville 6, the Brockway 0. Back there about the Brockway Rovers have their second possession of the game, and they're starting in territory unless they win.
Yeah, it took a really good bounce for him. What's going on? 10 yards there, so good caution corner punt right there, if you want to call it.
So this is going to help the Silvers should be out somewhere around the 15-yard line now. That helps. I'm not, I don't mean the 15-yard line, 25-yard line.
Now,
unless it's a 10-yard line, the game bring him out here starting. Right now the ball is spinning, I think, at the 10-yard line. So
yeah, it took a really good bounce for him.
What's going on? 10 yards good again, they're still coming by. So this looks like Silvers should be out somewhere around the 15-yard line now. That helps. Are they just going to bring it out? How's they going to do it? A little confusing right now.
Yeah, I'm still not exactly sure because everybody's scattering everywhere. I think they're punting it again.
Okay, so they're gonna do this all over again. That's interesting. Okay. Right now the ball is spinning.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if it happened during the play or after the play, so that kind of affects it.
Yeah, we didn't know right away. Now they're coming off from the 44-yard line. It's going to be back there about 60. Let's see, the side of the 30-yard line is about 59. So they're going to once again from the 29, so again, opportunity for field position, which the Rovers did not have. So they're going to do this all over unless it's gigantic.
Because I wasn't sure if it happened during the play or after the play. So that kind of affects it.
Tucker, define his his name on here, and I don't see it right now. Can you pick up that number, Max?
I believe that was number 4, J.P. Young for the Raiders that was trying to punt it there, but it looked like it was either a bad snap or one of the Rovers blocked it there. I think they got the ball inside the 20, maybe even inside the 10.
Yeah, it looked like that snap was wild and to the right, and so it's going to be a Rover first down. They're going to mark it. Let's see, way down there about the 6-yard line.
Man, that is some really good field position for the Rovers. Yeah.
Well, those two plays worked out pretty good.
Yeah, think about that. That's almost like a 90-yard swing right there.
It is. I mean, those are the two best offensive plays the Rovers have had tonight. Okay, so with 4:16 again on the clock, since it hasn't moved in the last, 5 minutes, it seems like anyway, the Rovers will have it. Split to their side, that is Glassell, far side of Snyder. And in the backfield of John Wood, and he will get the handoff. Got some running room there, and he will get inside the 5-yard line to about the 4. And so that will bring up a second down and goal now for the Rovers.
Yeah, the Rovers need to do a good job of executing for this drive with the field position that they got. I really think they need to get a touchdown here to get them up on top of the Raiders here.
Well, I'm glad Max that that ball is where it is because I can just see over the railing, over the railing right here. So I feel kind of fenced in right against the fence, so it's a little hard to see. Okay, second down and goal for the Rovers. 3:42 on a running clock. They are down by a score of 6-3. They made the field goal 6-3. And there's a handoff again to Wood, and he's got some running room there, and he's still on his feet and near the goal line. And can he get there? No, he's just shy of the goal line, so they're going to mark it. Looks to be even less than a yard for the Rovers, so that's going to bring up a third down and goal from let's call it a yard. So from about a yard out, so a good run there by John Wood.
Yeah, he did a good job trying to get to the outside and push it. I'm actually really glad there at the end of the play he didn't try to stretch it out because there's a Raider coming in there. I was afraid he might try to trip it, so I think he did a good job protecting the ball, making sure the Rovers keep the ball there without a turnover.
Yeah, good observation. He put both hands on that football. And there's Connor Ford. He's going to go in, I believe, on a quarterback sneak from 1 yard out. Let's see a signal yet. It looked like he made it in, but I think they've marked the ball at the 2-inch line.
Yeah, he called it really short. I don't even know how he could have done that.
Yeah, I don't either. All he had to do was stretch the ball out, but they might have marked the knee down there. I'm not sure. Okay, Ford is right under center this time. And we may see another quarterback sneak here. And, what a play. What a play. I can't see who that was, Max, but...
it looked like number 2 for the Raiders that shot through the line. I think that is Robert Keth. It looked like he shot through the line, hit Connor Ford, and I think he actually stripped the ball from him instead of stopping him before he got to the end zone.
Wow. I mean...
that looked like a Troy Polamalu type play right there.
Well, they knew exactly what was going to happen. I mean, he was going to run that quarterback sneak again, and I don't blame him. I mean, from the 2-inch line, and he's behind a pretty big kid up there at center. So, unfortunately, now remember that play from the 2-inch line.
Yeah.
They did not score with 2:23 remaining here in the first period. So now Brookville has the ball resting almost on their goal line. And there's the ball over Krug's head, and that's going to be a safety. So there's 2 points for the Rovers, and they will get to also receive. So it is interesting. So it's going to be 6-5 right now. So we have a baseball score.
That was just a weird series of events right there.
And there's a second bad snap in a row on that punt where the Rovers got a chance to take over, and then on that first play from scrimmage at the 2-inch line again over his head out of the end zone. So this is weird. It's a weird night. I mean, here we are. We're sitting outside at like we're having a picnic, and then those crazy things are happening in the game. And so with 2:19 remaining here in the first period, it is the Raiders 6 and the Rovers 5, and we'll be back with the kickoff from the Raiders or the punt right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
When it comes time to buy your next car, truck, or SUV, there's only one place to go. Johnson Motors. You're sure to find just what you want at a price that'll surprise you. Check out the new Buick and GMC models, rugged and tough new Silverado and Equinox, or the top safety pick, Subaru. Plus, Johnson Motors has an incredible pre-owned selection and the lower 40, a variety of bargain-priced vehicles. Stop today, drive today. Celebrating 60 great years in Du Bois. Johnson Motors. Online at johnsonauto.com.
This is Joe Scarnati. Rover football is back. As your state senator, I am proud to be affiliated with such a great program. Consistently putting a team on the field that brings pride to our town, Brockway High School, and to the fans who continue to lend their support. To each participant, whether they be cheerleaders, players, statisticians, managers, or coaches, I wish you continued success and the best of luck at all your games. I will certainly follow every game with the anticipation of another Rover victory.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, the kickoff taken by Snyder at about the 35-yard line, and he'll bring it out past midfield and into Brookville territory at the 45-yard line. So the Rovers will have an opportunity from the 45. And boy, I'll tell you, Max, what an opportunity they missed there from the 2-inch line. But let's give credit to Brookville. What an outstanding play defensively.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the better plays we've only been at 2 games, but probably in the last couple of years I've seen high school football. That was an outstanding play right there.
A play like that can win you a football game. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
That's for sure. But, hey, that safety hurt them, helped the Rovers here. So let's hope the Brockway team can execute now on that mishap Brookville had.
6-5 is our score, believe it or not. 6-5 from Brookville. Brookville leading it by 1 with 2:12 on a stop clock right now. Connor Ford right up the middle on a direct snap from center, and he will get a few out of that one. They're going to mark that ball shy of the 40. It's going to be somewhere around the 42-yard line. So from the 42, they'll bring up a second down at about 7 for the Rovers with 1:55 on a running clock here in the first period.
The one other thing that I'm liking about the Rover offense is doing tonight is they're actually letting Connor run the ball a little bit. I think that was really helpful last week after I actually saw him run. He was a pretty quick guy.
Well, yeah, I think this is his, no pun intended, but if it works for you, this is his forte, is running the football. And so I think you'll see a lot more of that tonight. Okay, second down and 7. Ball resting on the 42-yard line. Brookville, the Rovers have it. They're moving from our left to our right. They've got trips to the near side. Slot to the far side. Snyder is running that jet motion. Cross in front of Connor Ford. And he'll set up on the far side. So I got trips on the far side and slot to the near side. Connor Ford looking to pass. He's got a man open there. And that is caught at about the 40-yard line and will be taken all the way down there to about the 11-yard line on a good play there. That looked like Glassell, and so Glassell makes the reception from Ford from the 42-yard line down all the way to the 11-yard line. And so it'll be a first down, another advanced disposal first down for the Rovers.
Yeah, Ford did a good job of scrambling out of the pocket when it collapsed and found a Glassell shooting up towards the end zone there. Good pass there to find him, get a good 40-yard gain there for the Rovers.
Okay, it is first down now for the Rovers from the 11-yard line. Brookville, we're down to 1:10 on a running clock here in the first period. 6-5 is our score. You heard me right. 6-5, and this is a football game, not a baseball game. Connor Ford back there by himself, trips to the near side, slot to the far side. He will roll to his left, looking to pass, running out of room over there and running out of sideline, but makes a few yards out of it. So he'll cross inside the 10-yard line to, let's see where they are going to mark it, somewhere around the, it looks to be around the 7-yard line.
Yeah, Connor did a good job. Didn't find anybody open, so he did a good thing here, getting some yards out of that broken play, it seemed like.
When in doubt, don't throw. And again, he's running to his left. He's right-handed, so that's a difficult throw to make anyway. You can't throw it across the middle very well unless you're a super athlete.
Yeah. But again, he just did a good job there. So we're inside the 10-yard line, so hopefully the Rovers can get a first down here. They have the ability to do that.
Okay, so we've got Wood back there with Ford this time, along with Porin. Split to the far side and on the near side. And that is given to Wood, and he is hit immediately. He got to go nowhere. He got that handoff from Ford and immediately taken out and a loss on the play. will bring it back. It's going to be a third down now, and it's going to be a third down and more like 8.
Yeah, I think that was number 9, Zane Carrick. I think I'm saying his name right. He shot through that offensive line, was able to get a running back there.
Okay, thanks, Max. We are at the end of 1, and the score, Raiders 6, the Rovers 5, and we'll be back with the start of the second period right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Creekside Auto and Tire Service earned trust servicing cars in the Brockway area. Now they ask you to turn to them when you're ready to buy your next used car. John and Chris service every used car on their lot, so you know you're getting a great deal on a dependable car. Along with Lisa, they all treat you like family. As a family member, tell them what you're looking for in a used car and you'll get a family fair price on a great dependable used vehicle. Check their selection. If you don't see what you're looking for, they can try to find it for you. Buy your next used car from Creekside Auto and Tire in Brockway.
John and Julie Coyle, owners of McDonald's of Brockway, are ready for another exciting season of Brockway Rover football. They know the importance of teamwork and dedication, and they proudly support the Brockway Rovers. So stop by before or after the game to fill up. They're ready to serve you. McDonald's, Route 219 Brockway, working hard to bring you quick service and quality meals with a smile. Let's go Rovers!
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
And more with DuBois Big Deals. Shop local, buy local, save big. Shop DuBoisDeals.com and see what you can save today. Okay, we are back, and I have to correct myself. I was calling Braden Smith Snyder, and so forgive me for that. It's Braden Smith is number 23. And back now, we've got a third down and 11 now for the Rovers. They're deep in Brookville territory at the 11-yard line. And there's a pass downfield, and looks like that pass is going to be picked off down there. And so Ford trying to get that pass down right at the goal line, and I believe that is picked off right there, just this side of the goal line. And so the, let's see if that he was in bounds. Okay, the official is, yes, he was. So first down for the Brookville Raiders as they picked that ball off. So another one of those opportunities, Max, where we saw Brockway at the 2-inch line. We have seen them now at the 11-yard line. They were at the 11-yard line once before, and so it really matters. It looks like that ball was picked off in the end zone, so he missed the pick in the end zone outside at the 20-yard line. So a good break there for Brookville as they'll begin their series right at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, those early mistakes for Brockway are really hurting them now, so hopefully throughout the game they can correct those little things.
Okay, so first down and 10 from the 20 for Brookville as we're just beginning the second period. Is 6-5 our score in favor of the Raiders from Brookville. And so let's see what Brockway or Brookville can do with this series. There's a handoff to, I believe that's Labeni back there, number 34, and he will pick up a couple. That'll bring up a second down now, and looks to be about 6 to go for the Raiders.
Just like last drive, last defensive drive, Brockway's doing a good job of plugging those holes up with the Brookville running backs coming through. They need to keep this going on this drive, try to stop them, keep them 3 and out.
I have to congratulate the field tonight, too, for being in such great shape.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Kruger's back. The pass got a man open here, and he'll make the catch at about the 32-yard line.
Looked like Ben Glassel right there on the tackle.
That was Daisley, the junior wide receiver, and it'll be advanced disposal first down.
It was really bad on that play. It looked like Austin Schmader was covering him on it. It looked like he slipped, was able to get him wide open there.
Okay, so that'll be a first down. Ball's resting inside the 40-yard line. It's going to be at the, let's see, about the 43-yard line perhaps. Okay, it looks like the Rovers got drawn offside there by that count.
The offside against the Rovers.
That's going to move the ball. That's one of the easier plays right there. Nobody gets hit, nobody gets hurt, and you get 5 yards.
Well, I want to point something out there. I think the center before the snap count started, I think he did something that might have triggered that. He might have told the quarterback something that it could have done to actually draw them off sides.
You mean you're not allowed to scratch your ear?
I don't know, maybe, but he was doing something out there, so I was thinking maybe that contributed to it.
Okay, first down and 5. Yeah, all those little nuances can be done by smart players. Okay, jet motion across now. Krug going to throw out, and immediately he is hit, and that is going to be a loss on the play. And let's see who that was out there. I believe that is
Connor Ford.
That's Connor Ford
Yeah.
with a nice tackle there. So ball is back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did a great job shooting through some of those screen blockers that he had there, and he hit the receiver right as he caught the ball. Brookville's lucky that he didn't jump in front of it and try to pick it off.
Yeah, if he'd been just a split second sooner, he would have had the ball thrown to him.
Yeah, and probably would have been a pick six, too. There's nobody back there.
That's right. Okay, ball's resting on the 43. Second down and 10 now for the Raiders. They're still in their own territory. Jet motion across the far side. This time Krug is back to pass, looking downfield.
Compared to that first drive, the Rover defense is doing a good job of wrapping the Raider offense up and bringing them down to the ground without needing anybody else to help them.
Okay, so third down now and 4 for the Raiders from their own 43-yard line. We're at 9:29.
Gain an extra 10 yards from that.
He did what we call the dipsy doodle, if you're not familiar with that term. So if you watch his legs or his hips, you're going to be in big trouble because he can move both of them pretty well. Okay, so first down and 10 from the Rover 38-yard line. The Raiders on offense. Slot to the near side. There's a handoff. And, ball's on the ground. Looks like maybe recovered by Brockway. Let's see. But that would have been...
I think 75, Ethan Ward may have jumped on it. I'm not exactly sure because it looks like he was going down. The Raider running back, I think, may have picked it up. But we'll wait and see what the referees are going to call it.
That was Benny right up the middle, and it looked like he definitely lost the ball. It was on the ground. It was right in front of us, in fact. Now let's see who recovered. It looked like initially that Brockway's on top of it, but
looks like Brookville was lucky enough to recover it.
Okay, that's going to bring up a second down and 10 now from the same place, the 38-yard line. Brookville running from our left to our right. Right now we are at 9 minutes flat on the running clock here in the first half. Our score is 6-5 in favor of the Brookville Raiders. Slot to the near side, split to the far side. Krug is back there. We've got motion now to the far side. And Krug is back to pass and does not have his man out here as he drops the ball. Ball was thrown just a little bit low. It was intended for number 25. That is Ryan Daisley. And so that will bring up a fourth down now and 10 from the same place, the 38-yard line.
I think Brockway's being very fortunate at some of their defensive series. There's a lot of incomplete passes, but I think on this drive specifically, it looks like they're doing a better job of rushing Krug and providing pressure on him.
Correction, please, Max. It is a third down now and not a fourth down. We are a little late on the change over there. Okay, Krug is back to pass again, looking downfield and got a man. Nope, not open. Ball's knocked away. A nice defensive play there.
Yeah, Braden Smith did a great job waiting for that ball instead of trying to intercept it. He swatted that away, making sure that Raider wide receiver couldn't bring it down for I think that would have been a good 20-yard gain there.
Okay, now we have a fourth down and 10 from the 38-yard line, and we have the punt team, it looks like, going on the field right now for the Raiders. So with 8:36 remaining here in the first half, our score is 6-5 in favor of the Raiders. The Brockway defense has definitely upped their game this week.
Yeah, they're stepping up, providing great amount of pressure. They're doing a good job tonight of doing solo tackling, no gain tackling, but we'd still like to see that occasionally too.
Okay, John Wood is back standing on his 5-yard line as the punt is very high. Wood will lose the ball at the goal line, and let's see. He came outside the goal line, so they're not going. He's tackled behind the goal line, but it's not going to mean any points because his forward progress was outside the goal line, but barely outside. That ball was sitting where it was before when they were on offense, remember? Like 2 inches from the goal line.
Maybe that'll be a premonition that instead of scoring there, they're going to drive the whole field here and get a touchdown.
Well, they sure have the whole field because the nose of that ball is resting on the goal line.
Yeah, I have to also say that Brockway is very fortunate there because I think Wood did get the ball in the end zone, but was able to make a move and get to that 1-yard line instead of getting tackled for a safety.
You are right. He was fortunate to get that ball out of the end zone, but now the Rovers have their hands full to get some movement here. It's going to be stacked up front pretty heavy right now by the Raiders, and so let's see what they do defensively. Connor Ford is back there, and the ball's on the ground, and there's a tackle in the end zone. That's Wood. There was trouble with the handoff back there, and that's going to be a safety. And so that's going to take our score at 8-5 now with 8:15 remaining here in the first half. John Wood is a little slow getting up. Remember, he was injured last week, had a little bit of an ankle issue, and he's on his feet right now, but they can ill afford to lose him tonight.
Yeah, and I think it's the same leg as last week because I think he has his left leg taped up, and it looks like the same one that he just got hit right there when he got tackled in the end zone.
Okay, so they are helping John Wood off the field right now, but Brockway's going to come back now and have to kick the ball off to the Brookville Raiders as the score now is at 8-5. And this has been a strange game all the way along. I mean, we've seen two safeties. How often do you see that?
Yeah, I was about to say that. How often do you see two safeties? This is turning more into a baseball game, it looks like.
Yes, 8-5, 8:15. But the pundits would have thought that the score would have been much higher in favor of Brookville at this junction in the game.
Yeah, so I think, Brockway's doing a good job of keeping the score very close there. I mean, they're only down 3 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. So I think if this defense just keeps up what they're doing and eliminating those big plays from Brookville, they'll be able to keep this game close and give the offense a chance to win it for them.
And now Brockway's going to have to kick off again and put the Raiders back on offense again after that safety. So that is never a good thing, especially when you're behind in a game. But we got 8:15 remaining here in the first half. Anything can happen because it seems to have happened so far.
Yeah, as long as you're not at the 2-inch yard line.
I'll tell you, I don't often make that call. 2 inches in goal, and then you don't make it. Okay, it's Lewis Painter will kick off. Krug is back deep, and that ball is going to be picked up by him at about the 36-yard line, or I'm sorry, the 26-yard line. He's got this sideline, though. He's crossed the 15 out of bounds at about the 40-yard line of Brockway, but there's a flag on the field, and normally where that is thrown, it could be a block in the back or a hold or something, so let's wait and see. But it looks like it may go against Brookville, which would be a big break for Brockway since Krug brought that ball all the way down to about the 35-yard line of Brockway.
Yeah, I think it's a good chance that it's a block in the back because I saw a Raider defender or Raider offensive person walking towards us going like this with his hands at the referee, so I think it's a good chance it's a block in the back.
What indicates it's a hold. Okay, what is interesting, too, it tells you what kind of athlete Krug is because you don't often as a head coach want to have your quarterback running kickoffs back. But he's a good athlete. He's fast. He's just the kind of kid that you want back there returning kickoffs.
Yeah, he's dangerous, very explosive. So, I mean, I think the Raiders are fortunate that he's willing to go out there. The coaches are willing to put him out there, try to make some big plays for their offense.
Well, if you remember last year, he was injured in the Brockway game in the first series, I do believe, and so they lost him for that game. And, of course, the Rovers came away with a victory last year. But graduation has certainly hurt the Rovers, having lost 17 seniors from last year's team. But I think the kids that played last week, Max, really grew up in this past week. I think they realized that they don't want to go out there and get embarrassed. They need to work harder and need to learn things they need to learn and come out. And I think they're demonstrating tonight that they must have worked really hard this week.
Yeah, and they seem to be very disciplined. One note thing, I think there was a personal foul on the Raiders, actually. It's pushed them back, it looks like, inside the 20-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I think maybe one of their players was mouthing off to the referees that pushed them back. I'm thinking it's that kid that shrugged his shoulders at the referee, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, a little body language going on maybe, plus maybe some language too. But initially they gave the signal of a hold, but there was probably more to it than that. As they're pushed back now, they're going to be on the 15-yard line when they would have been on the Rover probably 35-yard line. So penalties can kill you in this game. And so we've got 8:05 remaining in this game. If you're just joining us, we are in Brookville. Brookville leads it by a score, believe it or not, 8-5. And they have the ball right now, moving from left to right as Krug is back to pass on a first down. Receiver drops the ball, and there is a penalty on the play also out there, a flag. I know we've got a hold on the part of a Brockway player. It was out there where we usually get a hold on the part of a defensive player. So let's wait and see what the call is going to be and who it may be against. And we have just a beautiful evening here tonight, don't we?
I think for my first two broadcasts, I'm very lucky that both nights have been very beautiful. I think it makes it a little bit calming for me trying to say things out of my mouth. But it's really beautiful out here. So if you're not out to one of these games, you should really come on by and root on for your home Rover team.
Yeah, and they threw a flag down, but they're putting the ball back at the same place at the 15-yard line and with a first down. So I'm not sure.
I think they just waved it off.
They must have waved it off because it's right where but it would have been a second down, though. It's still first down. So I'm not sure what happened there. But anyway, Krug is back to pass, and he finds the man open and makes the catch about the – nope, no good. He dropped it. It would have made the catch at the 25-yard line, which would have been very close to a first down, but he dropped the ball. So bring up a second down and 10 from the 15-yard line for the Brookville Raiders.
That's another drop for another Brookville wide receiver. They must have like peanut or butter on their hands. So they're missing a bunch of them. I think that's almost 4 in a row for them.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised at that, but there are two things here. First of all, it looks like some of them that have missed the ball are wearing gloves, some are not. In this day, a lot of these high school receivers as well as college and pros are wearing gloves. Some of these kids are not, which to me is I like to see because I like to see kids catch the ball with their hands. But with the kind of quarterback that you have that has a strong arm that he has, coming out left-handed, and he throws it on a rope, some of these balls may not be that easy to catch for some of these young receivers either. And as you're right, they have dropped a lot of balls tonight. So we know last week they must have caught the ball a few times because he had almost 199 yards in passing last week. Okay, we have, I think, our first timeout on the field, and while we have a timeout here, we're going to take a timeout, and we will be back with more right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Who knows everything about water? From well drilling to water delivery to home or office, pool and spa chemicals and water pumps and water treatment?
Hugh Water Service.
That's us! With 30 years of water experience, Hugh Water Services provides Western Pennsylvania with one convenient source for clean and clear water. Superior installations at competitive prices, including sales, service, and rentals for pumps, tanks, and water supply systems, and sprinklers.
That's us!
Well drilling, including water wells, geothermal wells, well cleaning, and if you need bottled water delivery, Gatorade and coffee to your office, we do that too, with free delivery. Ask for details. We even offer excavating services. Hugh Water Services even does that? That's full service.
That's us!
If you think we're just another water company, you're all wet. Family owned and operated since 1988 on Route 219 just south of Brockway, or visit them on the web at hughwaterservices.com.
That's us! The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Timeout was brought to you by U Water and Holt Building of Brockway. If you think you're just another water company, you're just all wet. Okay, we're back to action. It is a second down and 15 for the Raiders. Krug back to pass, looking way downfield. Got a man open, and he drops the ball at about the 32-yard line. We were just talking about that, weren't we? I mean, he was wide open. The pass was spot on. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Once again, and if you said about the gloves, this kid's not wearing gloves, so you kind of have to wonder maybe if he's wearing gloves, did he have a better chance to catch that ball or not? But it's really hard to see some of these Brookville Raiders dropping these passes for their quarterback.
Yeah, and that was a great throw. It was right on the mark. So now we're at a third down and 15 for the Raiders, deep in their own territory. Krug is back to pass again, looking to get that first down, get out of the hole here, and it looks like the receiver caught the ball. It almost looked like he and Connor Ford had the ball at the same time. That ball is going to be perhaps, depends on where they mark it. It's very close to the line of game, but it looks like it's going to be maybe a little short.
Nope, they gave him the first down.
They must have got the nose of that ball right on the line. Wow.
I'm surprised they didn't bring the chain crew out to measure it. So
yeah, Connor Ford was right there.
Yeah.
So that's another advanced disposal first down as Krug is back to pass again on this first down from he's got it on the run now, and so he will bring it out over the 35-yard line.
Yeah, a couple missed tackles there for the Rover defense. I think Ben Glassel and I think Braden Smith were there on the tackle there. Good job bringing them down.
And that's another advanced disposal first down at 7:18 remaining here in the first half. 8-5, our score. Brookville in the lead. Krug is back to pass, and on the jet motion, he'll toss it off there to to the man in motion, and he's going to look like he makes that corner. So he does cut the corner. It looks like maybe another advanced disposal first down at about the 47-yard line. So that's 3 in a row for the Brookville Raiders.
Yeah, it was Ian Thrush for the Raiders that got the first down there. Compared to their other offensive series, it looks like they're doing a good job here, pushing the ball, getting some first downs here. Hopefully our defense here can clog those up, stop them.
Okay, we have a first down and 10 now. Ball is resting at about the 47-yard line. Krug is back to pass. Got time back there, looking for a man, and got a man open, but the ball hits the ground. So again, he's rolling this time to the near side. So he's rolling into his right arm. And that's a difficult pass to throw. Try to get your shoulder back far enough to get that far down the field. And it bounced off the turf. So I'm a little surprised, as you intimated earlier, at the fact that receivers, number one, dropping the ball. Number two, a lot of balls thrown by Krug that have been short, been in on the ground.
Yeah, because it seems like a bunch of them are rolling off to his strong side. So maybe we'll see a little improvement from him or not.
Okay, 2nd and 10 from the 48. And right up the middle to the 45-yard line is, I can't see the number there, Max.
Carrying on for the tackle for the Rovers there, though.
I made this point last year when they played at Brockway, that their numbers were very difficult to read.
Oh, the Raiders, yeah.
Okay, we have a timeout on the field. This is a U-Water timeout. This timeout is brought to you by U-Water and Holt Drilling of Brockway. If you think they're just another water company, then you're just all wet. So at 6:36, we have a timeout on the field. 8-5 in favor of the Raiders. We'll be back right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Keep your fleet running sweet with B&T Fleet Supply, specializing in the needs of heavy, medium, or light-duty trucks. Doesn't matter the job, your fleet needs the right supplies. B&T Fleet Supply is a Triangle Spring distributor. That means they have a complete supply of truck springs and suspension parts when you need them, plus Triangle Spring and Goodyear air springs. And B&T Fleet Supply can even do custom bent U-bolts and hydraulic lines. B&T Fleet Supply on William Street behind Cooper Tire.
Clyde Ferrero and Company certified public accountants are proud to sponsor Brockway Rovers football. High school sports teach young people how to work together, win or lose, and be committed to achieving a common goal. Clyde Ferrero and Company encourages you to support our team, fill the stands, and root them on to victory. Brockway has a lot of spirit, and they show it by supporting our young people. Good luck, Rovers, from the professionals at Clyde Ferrero and Company certified public accountants.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we're back. It is 3rd and 3 from the 48-yard line, the Rover 38-yard line. And we have a Rover jumping off sides here, so that's an easy 5, and that will bring up another advanced disposal first down, as the ball now will be resting at the 40-yard line of the Rovers. Brookville moving from our left to our right. We have 6:36 remaining on a stop clock here in the first half. From, I was going to say beautiful downtown Brookville, but we're not down in.
We're outside of it.
We're not downtown. We're in the suburbs, beautiful suburbs of Brookville. Okay, Krug back pass, quick throw out pass here, and that is dropped there by number 12. That is Ian Thrush, and so that will bring up a second down now. 2nd down and 10 from the 40-yard line for the Raiders. On a beautiful evening here in outside of Brookville, Pennsylvania, in the suburbs. And we have a nice view from our picnic table here outside the press box. So fortunately we have such a nice evening, or we'd be in trouble, I think. Okay, we got a split to the near side and the far side, or a slot, or a split, yep. And Krug is back to pass, running to the near side, to his right hand, and he's going to just tiptoe out of bounds here at about the 39-yard line of the Rovers.
Now the defense did a good job of Seth Stewart was on our near side here. I think Krug tried to cut up the field early, and Seth did a good job stopping him and getting him to go to the outside, where Connor Reichman was able to eventually push him out of bounds.
It was a good job. You had to string him to the sideline. You don't want him having a lot of field to run on. So that's maybe a 3rd down and 9 now from about the 38-yard line of the Rovers. Krug is back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket. A man open out there, and he'll make the catch, but will go down immediately on his own. So they'll mark the ball about the 31-yard line. So he is shy of the line of gain, but not by much. So it's a fourth down and short fourth down, and let's call it a long one for the Raiders. And I can't see them punting here. Can you?
No, I think they're going to go for it, try to get this first down here. And I think that's what they're about to do.
Yep, we're down to 5:55 on a running clock here in the first half. They'd like to get a few more points on the board. It's 8-5 right now, and they are up by 3 against the Rovers. And we are going to have another timeout. So we're going to keep it right here so we can talk just a little bit. I want folks to know that I will not be with them next week, and you will not be with them next week. I go in for my long-awaited total hip replacement on Tuesday, and so I don't expect that I will be able to go on Friday. And I think we're going to have Frank Zacco, and he is going to be on. And so tune into Frank. Tune into the Frank Show next. And you know Frank very well, I think.
Yep, I used to play for him when I was in junior high.
And he will be there with Bob Uriak, who used to be the defensive coordinator with him at Brockway. So we have the former head coach at Brockway, and we have the defensive coordinator, and they're going to be teamed up next week to do the game. I believe it's the St. Mary's game. And so they will be there for that one. I'm hoping I can make the next one, but we have plans in place that Atlantic Prosper and you, I think, will do the game at Kane if I can't go. So we'll see how that turns out.
Well, I'm sure some of our listeners and even me will send our prayers out for you for speedy recovery there. Hope you're full strength quicker than you'd like.
Well, I hope so. We've been working at it anyway, trying to get ready. Okay, with 5:44 remaining in the first half, we have a fourth down and 1. The Raiders are moving from our left to our right, so they'd like to get more points before this half is over. And Krug will just take it straight ahead, no surprise there, and they will make another advanced disposal. First down, ball is going to be resting inside the 30 at about the 29-yard line.
Now, I was going to mention earlier about it seems like the defensive line for the Rovers is being a little bit aggressive, and that's why they've gotten a couple offsides penalties. So I was thinking right there they're going to try to do a hard count and try to get them to go offsides, but it seemed like one count, did a QB sneak and got right through.
Okay, so Krug is back there. He's got two backs back there with him, and in motion, that is Thrush, I believe. And the handoff will take the ball up inside the 35-yard line to, let's see, I have to look through the fence here a little bit. So we're down to about the 23-yard line, perhaps. And we have a second down now. A second down, perhaps a long 3 or 4 for the Raiders.
Yeah, I think it was Benny there on the run there for the Raiders.
Okay, Benny. Okay, back to pass is Krug. And he's going to run out of space back there, and he's going to be tackled right at the 30-yard line. So a loss on the play, and it's going to bring up a second down now. So a nice job there by the Rovers, Max, to kind of corral him back there.
Yeah, I think that's the first time we saw them tonight hit him in the backfield. Earlier on that one incomplete pass they did, but looks like here they go down for a loss. So hopefully they can keep that momentum going, give them some hits in the backfield as well.
Okay, double slot this time. As Krug is back to pass, looking for a swing pass out here to the near side. And that is that number 33? Or is it 34?
Yeah, I think that is 33. So that's my correction there earlier. I think that's Lincoln Radiker for the Raiders.
Yeah, and he'll make the catch at the 30-yard line, just inside the 30-yard line, to spring up another fourth down now for the Raiders. They were unable to get it done the last time, so let's see what they can do now as they're at a 4th and 9 at the the board says the 23-yard line, but I don't think it's at the 23-yard line. It looks to me like it's at the
29-yard line, looks like.
So, yeah, 29-yard line. And Krug's going to go back and pass. Got a little room over there on the left side, and that ball's going to be tipped away, and I believe that's Smith that knocked it away. So the Rovers will take over after a nice stand. Now, there's a flag on the field.
Man, so we had to speak too soon.
Yeah. So let's see what that flag is going to be. It's laying down there at about the, about the 26-yard line. And I haven't seen a call yet who it is going to go against.
I don't have any idea what it could be because I didn't see any players there.
Yeah, I think it's going to go against Brookville because they're moving the chain. So it's going to be first down and 10 for Brockway. Ball's going to be inside the 30-yard line, I think, at about the 29. And we have 3:45 remaining here in the first half. So Brockway will have an opportunity to put some points on the board. Again, it's a 3-point game, 8-5. And no, it is football. It is not baseball. It's been an interesting first half, to say the least. And it's been very happy that Brockway has done as well as they have against Brookville, because on paper it did not look good. Okay, we got a slot to the far side, trips to the near side. Smith is in motion, back to pass. It's Connor Ford, and he will throw it out there, and it is intercepted at the 50-yard line. He's trying to get John Wood out there, and John Wood was not open, and that ball went right into the hands of the Raider. Can't get the number there, Max. Maybe you can.
I'm having a hard time. I don't think I'm going to get it. That looks like, number 11, Braden Kunzelman for the Raiders, I believe. These numbers, if you were here, you'd know that these numbers are hard to read, especially when they're out there on the field.
You are right. They're a lot easier on the sideline, but not so good out there. Okay, so that interception brings the ball across the 50 to the 49-yard line. So Brookville has another opportunity here with 3:34 remaining in the first half. They lead by 3, 8-5. As Kruger's back to pass. Looking downfield, decides to run around a bit back there and has a man open who makes the catch right at the 35-yard line. Let's see if we get his number. Is that 40?
For the Raiders?
Can't be 40 because there is no 40.
I think it's 88 Macbeth for the Raiders that caught that ball there.
Okay, so if I see 40 and it's 88, I'm having a real big problem.
Well, you should know how bad the numbers are here that we're messing it up. Because they just look like they blend all together out there.
Yeah, they really do. Okay, that's another advance. Well, no, not quite. It's going to be short, about 1 yard to the line of gain. Throw it past, and that is caught, and there'll be another advanced disposal, first down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Seth Stewart there with another tackle on the play. He's getting in there a lot tonight, so it's nice to see a freshman for Brockway piling on the tackles for them on defense.
Well, they've got room to grow on this team. There's no doubt about that. First down now and 10 from the 30-yard line of the Rovers. Krug is back to pass for the Raiders, looking downfield again, and finds a man open again on that sideline, and I believe that is number 12. That's Thrush. So Thrush makes that catch. I had to look over the fence again to see that one, but Thrush makes the catch right at about the 19, just inside the 20-yard line to about the 19-yard line. Another advanced disposal, first down, so look out. The Raiders are on the move.
Yeah, it looks like earlier Krug might have been throwing the ball a little bit harder. I think these last couple of passes, he's been kind of easing it to them a little bit, so it's made it a little bit easier for his receivers to catch it for him.
Yeah, he's taking a little steam off the ball, I think. Well, I had to stand up so I could see over the fence because that ball was sitting right there in my way. First and 10. And there's Krug keeping himself. He is inside the 20 to the 10, inside the 10, the 5, and he will score. Jack Krug will score with 2:23 remaining in the first half around the far side, and he will take it in. So Jack Krug accounting for most of the points here tonight for the Raiders. And so it's 14-5 now, and looking to make it 15 are the Raiders with 2:22 remaining here in the first half. And I'll tell you, how many opportunities they have. I mean, the Raiders or Rovers did a great job, and then they throw the interception and give them another opportunity, and they took advantage of it.
Yeah, if you think about it, that's their first touchdown since 17 seconds into the game. So that defense did a good job limiting them until with about 2 minutes 22 seconds left on the clock. Looks like the Raiders are going to go for two.
Go for two. Yep. Krug is back in a shotgun formation, back to pass. Looking downfield, drops off here on a little swing pass, and he will not make it. He's down about the 1 yard line, kind of trips there. And so with 2:22 remaining in the first half, it is the Raiders from Brookville 14 and the Brockway Rovers 5, and we'll be back with the kickoff right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
You flip the switch, lights come on. Turn on the tap, water comes out. You don't even think about it. Always there working dependably in the background. Swift Kennedy and Company is just like that. 8 licensed agents evaluate your needs and your risk while serving your commercial property and casualty insurance coverages. They shop over 15 carriers to make sure your coverage is right for you. Swift Kennedy's agents use a systematic approach to provide your business broad coverage and peace of mind. Call Swift Kennedy and Company and see what their 100 years of experience could do for your business. Then you can stop thinking about it and let them do the work. Swift Kennedy and Company, Du Bois, Swift Kennedy, and CO.com.
Joe's Tuck Shop is well known for providing the hottest styles in formal wear and tuxedos, but sometimes a suit is all you need for a homecoming or a semi-formal dance. Joe's Tuck Shop in downtown Du Bois has suit rentals with ties and vests to match any dress. So when you need to look your best, just go to Joe's. Joe's Tuck Shop, West Long Avenue, downtown Du Bois, a proud supporter of Brockway Rover football, making guys look great for 50 years.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we're back for the Brookville kickoff. John Wood is back there deep along with Smith. Ball's on the ground, will be picked up by the up man. Trying to get a number on him. And he's got good running room there as he crosses the 50-yard line. Inside the 50, still on his feet. And almost to the 40-yard line. Great return there. It was Smith.
Yeah, Braden Smith there. He did a good job getting through. I think it took about 4. He's a small guy, but it took about 4 Raiders to bring him down.
I'll tell you, right there, it really helped for him to be skinny because he made it through some small gaps
holes,
down there. And but he stayed on his feet, got inside the 50 all the way down to inside the 45-yard line to about the 42-yard line. So great job. And with 2:10 left, he has put Brockway in good position to score before this half.
Yeah, so hopefully this offense can execute on what Braden Smith just gave them. They need to do a good job limiting their errors here and making sure they can get some first downs here before this quarter ends.
Okay, so we've got a first down and 10 for the Rovers. 2:10 remaining here in the first half. We've got a slot on their side as Wood is in the slot and a split to the far side. And Wood is in jet motion, and the ball we kept, though, by Connor Ford. He's got running room there, so he's got the first down and more as he's down to about the, the 30-yard line. So they're going to move the sticks. Another advanced disposal first down. A great read there by Ford.
I feel like I'm just going to keep saying this every time he does a read option. He's just doing a fantastic job of holding that ball to the last second and keeping it when it's necessary and taking it upfield. I think he's had some really good rushes tonight for the Rovers.
Okay, first down and 10 from the 30. 1:53 on running clock now. We've got trips to the near side this time. Slot to the far side. Ford is back there by himself. As the Rovers are moving from our right to our left, trying to get points on the board before the half. Jet motion. And ball is going to be kept again by Ford right up the middle. And good yardage there as he'll take it down to, looks to be about the 25-yard line. So let's give him 5 on the play. Bring up a second down and 5.
Yeah, once again, Ford, a good job there on the read option. Hopefully, if they keep doing this, they can get the Raider defense to be aggressive and use that against them to maybe get a touchdown here.
Okay, so it's a second down and 5 from, let's go, the 16-yard line. So Rovers on the move. We're down at 1:10 on running clock here in the first half. And Ford with a quick throw-out pass to the far side, and I believe that is going to be Glassell, and he is going to be down somewhere around the, I think, 15-yard line. So the pass to Glassell, bring the ball down to the 15-yard line. That'll be another advanced disposal first down for the Rovers, so they have an opportunity.
Yep, they did a good job there. Get a first down here, put them in good position to score.
And we have a timeout on the field. This timeout brought to you by U Water and Holt Drilling at Brockway. If you think they're just another water company, you're just all wet. Max, you're just all wet. Okay. We will be back with more from Brookville, where the score is 14-5 in favor of the Raiders, right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106.
Why work in your yard when you can enjoy it? Thanks to Yardworks. Here's James Burkholder.
There are natural gas and liquid propane heaters, so that allows you to extend your usage of your patio and outdoor living space by another 30 to 45 days, depending on how the season goes. Custom pergolas, custom pavilions, that's something that's coming about and pretty impressive there.
Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly maintenance available. Call 594-6421 today and yardworksco.com.
Hi, this is Mike at DeLulo Transport. Due to our continued growth, DeLulo Transport has immediate openings for multiple positions, including non-CDL package delivery drivers, driver helpers, owner-operators, and diesel mechanics. DeLulo Transport is a local family-owned business dedicated to our area and to providing reliable, dedicated transportation services to our customers. We were named 2018 Small Business of the Year and voted Best Trucking and Hauling in the Tri-County area. If you're interested in joining our team, give us a call at 814-503-4131, stop by the office at 349 DuBois Street, or find us at delulotransport.com.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, 1st and 10 from the 15. Rovers looking to score. John Wood on the throw-out pass, and he is inside the 15-yard line, but there is a flag on the play, so let's see what that is. And while we're figuring that out, I want to remind you that for the latest in Rovers coverage, follow us on Facebook by searching Sunny 106. So a flag on the play. I think it's going to go against the Rovers, and it might be a hold, and it is. That hurts.
Yeah, especially that they're on the 15-yard line, that you hate to lose any yards that we have there. Pushes back farther.
Okay, so that's going to hurt the Rovers here with 52 seconds remaining in the half. They're in position. They're deep in Raider territory, but they're going to march off 10 here, so that's going to push them back. Then they're going to have a first down, but they're going to have a first down now at about the, let's see where they're going to mark it, about the 20-yard line. So they're going to be just inside the 20-yard line. Let's call it the 19-yard line. So first down, but they've got a little ways to go now as we are running out of time with 52 seconds on a stop clock right now here in the first half from Brookville.
It actually looks like they're at the 30-yard line or the 29.
Yes, you're right. Yep. The bench standing in front of me here, and I missed the markers. They're not as clear as we have on our turf field. Okay, Ford is back to pass, looking downfield and getting pressured back there. Can he get it off? He does, and it is caught by Porin, and he's got some running room on the near sideline here, and he will get inside the 5-yard line, and they're going to mark it. Oh, let's see, probably around the 2 or 3. I think the 3-yard line, so that'll be another, well, it won't be a first. Let's see if they're going to mark it. It's going to be, I think, a second down. Okay, we're going to bring up a second down now, and it's not as close as I thought. Again, I'm looking around the corner of the building here, so we're going to be at the
8-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like the 8-yard line now from here. 41 seconds remaining now.
Ford's getting lucky tonight. It looks like he's about to get tackled, and he's throwing that ball last second, and the receiver's there to catch it.
Yeah, he threw that ball like you throw a dart that time because he couldn't get his arm back to throw it. So Ford is back to pass again. And looking for some running room, though, and he's going to be tackled. Oh, and he's going to, don't do that, please. He's going to be tackled at the 11-yard line, I believe. So he's going to be down at the 11. So they've got lots of field, Max, on the right side. You know, so if they can get some people crossing over and get somebody trailing underneath, they might be able to get something to happen over there. But they're going to take a little timeout. We're going to just stay right here, Marty. 24 seconds remaining here in the first half. 14-5 in favor of the Raiders. At halftime, we are going to interview Peter Greco, the AD from Brockway High School. And so we're getting really hard up because we're getting Peter on today. And so we'll talk to him here at halftime, and we'll see what important things he has to say. So once again, next week, the Rovers will be taking on St. Mary's. I believe that's a home game next week. And Frank Zacco is going to be covering that along with Bob Uriak for Sunny 106. And I'm going to be listening at home in my easy chair with my cup of tea or my glass of organic almond milk, whichever comes first. So, but right now the Rovers have shot themselves in the foot a few times. They've been in scoring position, and they are still in scoring position here if they can pull out just that right play just before halftime with 24 seconds remaining here in the first half from Brookville.
Yeah, a couple miscues there hurt them a little bit on this drive, but I think you made a good point earlier. Is they're sticking to that near side of the field to us, that left side, and they don't have that much room. The right side of the field is really open, so I'm hoping maybe they'll try to get them outside the pocket that way, have more open room out there. Maybe you can find a receiver or even run for a first down.
Yeah, I like the idea of clearing across the field and then having a drag pattern across the opposite direction, get the defense going the wrong direction. Let's see what happens. Okay, back to pass is Ford looking downfield, and it's in the end zone, but no good. And that was John Wood trying to make the catch there, but a whole lot of folks there. He's fortunate that one was not picked off.
Yeah. especially with the 2 picks that he had earlier. But at least a good job there for John Wood. If he did not catch it, he at least swatted away from the defenders, made sure they didn't get the interception there.
Well, we are at a 4th down now, and so it looks like Lewis Painter's coming in and try the field goal, and that is going to come from about the 11-yard line. So 18 seconds remaining here in the first half. Still 14-5 in favor of the Raiders as Painter is back to try this field goal. So let's see what happens. Good snap. Ball is up, and it looks good, and I believe it is. And it is good with 18 seconds remaining. It now is 14-8 in favor of the Brookville Raiders, and we will have Brockway right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Fall in Western Pennsylvania. Football season. Farachetti & Sons Incorporated is pleased to be a part of the tradition associated with this time of year, and that football tradition includes Brockway football. Farachetti & Sons Incorporated is pleased to have their company headquarters in Brockway and proud of the various business entities that are part of the Farachetti team. They encourage you to get out and support the Rovers, both at home and on the road, and are pleased to be one of the supporters of this Rovers broadcast.
Community service and school involvement. Time given to make where we live and learn a better place. The attorneys at Ferrero, Crook & Ferrero are longtime members of the Brockway community and sincerely appreciate the many people who give of themselves to make Brockway the community it is. They're also big supporters of Brockway football, recognizing the hours of dedication and hard work by the coaches, players, cheerleaders, and the band. People dedicated to community and school spirit, bringing us all together. Thank you, and good luck, Rovers, from Ferrero, Crook & Ferrero. Attorneys at Law, Brockway, your hometown law firm.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we are back, and the kickoff is going to be not too long, and it can be down right there at about the 48-yard line. We're down to about 17 seconds remaining here in the first half. It's been a very, very interesting first half, to say the least.
Yeah, 2 safeties, a low-scoring game until about 2 minutes left here. So, I mean, it's still been a pretty good game to watch here. I hope you back home been enjoying what we've been saying here, been able to paint a picture for all of you tonight.
Been an interesting picture to paint as we have 17 seconds left here. 14-8 is our score. And Brockway's done a good job defensively tonight. Offensively, they've missed a few opportunities as Krug will go back to pass, looking for more here before the half. And there's a flag on the play. Krug is loose inside the 40, inside the 35. But remember, there is a flag, and he was back to pass, so there could be a hold here on the part of Brookville. That's where the flag went down. And so we've got down to about 8 seconds here, and there is a hold, and it goes against the Raiders.
Yeah, I think that hold might end their drive for that half there. I think they might try to kneel it here, but you never know. Last week, I think there was 11 seconds left on the clock. We thought the Rovers were just going to kneel it. They went for a play before the end of the half, so you never know what's going to happen here.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you should kneel only when you're going to pray. Otherwise, you go for it. So 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Brookville moving again from our left to our right. The sun is well down now, so we're all lit up here tonight as we have a slot to the near side on the far side, and we have movement up front. And we'll just take a knee. So didn't go for it. I'm surprised. Okay, we are at the half. The score, Brookville 14, Brockway 8, and we'll be back with our halftime show right after this. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home of Rover football.
So, where are we going?
Brockway.
Why are we driving all the way to Brockway?
Because it's worth it.
Worth it?
We're going to Glasstown Pizza. Their food is that good. Mamma mia, their Italian specialties are amazing. Plus, their flatbreads, hoagies, specialty burgers, and seafood are out of this world. You know I love mushrooms.
Yup.
Well, Glasstown cuts them up fresh, not canned. Makes my sandwich so much better.
Got their menu up on my phone. GlasstownPizzaPA.com. It is worth a drive. Let's go.
Glasstown Pizzeria, 5th Avenue, downtown Brockway. Love at first bite.
More Propane in Falls Creek, your locally owned family-operated propane supplier, is proud to sponsor this Brockway football game. More Propane Propane knows how important teamwork is both on and off the field. The More Propane team works together every day to deliver propane to heat your home, power your business, or fuel your farm. Teamwork is involved to make this happen safely, reliably, and most importantly, affordable for you. When it comes to propane, think more, save more. More Propane, Falls Creek, 299-7073.
When it comes time to buy your next car, truck, or SUV, there's only one place to go. Johnson Motors. You're sure to find just what you want at a price that'll surprise you. Check out the new Buick and GMC models, rugged and tough new Silverado and Equinox, or the top safety pick, Subaru. Plus, Johnson Motors has an incredible pre-owned selection and the lower 40, a variety of bargain-priced vehicles. Stop today, drive today. Celebrating 60 great years in Du Bois. Johnson Motors. Online at johnsonauto.com.
This is Joe Scarnati. Rover football is back. As your state senator, I am proud to be affiliated with such a great program, consistently putting a team on the field that brings pride to our town, Brockway High School, and to the fans who continue to lend their support. To each participant, whether they be cheerleaders, players, statisticians, managers, or coaches, I wish you continued success and the best of luck at all your games. I will certainly follow every game with the anticipation of another Rover victory.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Brookville, our score, Brookville 14, and Brockway Rovers 8, and has been an interesting first half. And with me at halftime, Peter Greco, who is the AD at Brockway High School. Peter, you know, we were talking earlier today, and you asked me what I was going to ask you, and I said I have no idea.
yeah,
and,
that definitely came up today. A little nervous.
And I still have no idea. But
well,
anyway,
that's all right.
There are a lot of people listening, perhaps, that don't know what athletic directors actually do. And so maybe it would be a good idea to kind of explain to them what the responsibilities of an athletic director just happen to be.
Well, being an athletic director for 9 years now, it's my main priority as well as all athletic directors is student-athlete safety. Definitely number one. And athletic directing has taught me a lot of how kids grow, mature throughout the school year. You see a lot of these kids come in at 9th grade, turn around, they're back in as 10th graders, are a lot bigger, a lot stronger, all that good stuff. So that's a great thing. You know, daily office duties, obviously the phone calls, the emails, all that good stuff. Scheduling, we're always scheduling years in advance. A lot of people are like, why can't you just move this game somewhere else? Well, there's a reason for it there. We do everything for a reason, obviously, and if we're not a year ahead, we're well behind.
Yeah. I think what people don't understand is just how much work is required to make sure all these teams are going to the right place at the right time, and that everything just kind of meshes together. And besides, the job that comes along with your job is also transportation. So you're responsible.
Yes, transportation as well. Yes, that's always fun.
And so, you know, and when you get having done radio in the wintertime when I did basketball and wrestling,
yeah,
and you have all those cancellations, this is something that is a nightmare for athletic directors, isn't it, where you have to start rescheduling games?
Yes, it is. And one thing I learned when I was early on in my athletic directing career was the fact of when you cancel a game due to weather, if you're not on the phone with the referees by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, you're late, and you're not getting those referees for the next day that you need them. So that's one thing I learned as a young AD, and it's something that I took to heart and made sure that I didn't make that mistake again.
Well, and it's an administrative position.
Correct.
And so you have to be really sharp at being able to balance a lot of things at one time. Not everybody could do that job. They just could not.
Well, there's a lot of people that help me out, though. My secretary, Mrs. Robin Butters, she does a great job, outstanding job. She helps a lot with keeping the paperwork organized, all that good stuff. And there's a lot of things that go in. You know, all the office secretaries, administration, principals, superintendent. You know, our school board helps out no matter what. We have a great school board at Brockway, and that's one big thing that's a very, very big help in the athletic department. We have a very supportive school board, very supportive administration, very supportive teachers. We're always making sure that the student athletes are coming first, and we make every decision based on what's best for kids.
Yeah. Well, you know, I want you to know that I talked to your secretary.
Yeah.
And she's just plain fed up with you.
Yeah,
she's fed up with you. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, but you were the AD DuBois Central Catholic.
Yes, I was. Correct. My first year out of college. Yes.
Yeah, and then you came over to came right over to Brockway.
Correct.
And I'll tell you what, this is a little unusual in the respect that most ADs that I have met through my lifetime, and I've coached for 46 years now, have been older men. I mean, they've been people that have been coaches, either got tired of coaching, just were kind of worn out, and just kind of made a transition into being ADs. But you are really young for that position.
Correct.
By my own experience.
Correct. Yes, and I learned from a lot of good people. Ray Reckner was the athletic director at Brockway before I was there. He taught me a lot. Ray taught me how to handle coaches, be a buffer pretty much, and that was a real big thing that I learned off of Ray. Jim Manners as well, he taught me a lot. Aaron Straub from the L County Catholic, he's taught me a lot, kind of took me under my wing. Tim Walter from Bradford, they did a great job, and we really have a good rapport with all the other athletic directors, so if we have any questions or any ideas and that, we like to bounce them off each other.
Well, football certainly is, one of the big fall sports, but you've got other sports going on over there as well that you've been very successful with, so maybe you can talk about some of those.
Yeah, definitely. Our boys and girls soccer, our boys won the last 2 District 9 championships. Our girls have won the last 2 as well. We had our first undefeated girls soccer season. Our soccer program is unbelievable right now, and it continues to grow every year, I think. And our golf numbers are coming back up, which is a great thing for our boys and girls there. Girls tennis just played the big school of DuBois the other night, and we had our number 1 go into a long tiebreaker the other night with them, and I was there for the whole thing, so I got to see it, and she did a great job, really good job.
Well, what I've seen with a lot of schools, small schools like Brockway, is that their football numbers are down.
Yes.
We're talking about some of these schools that have 18 guys on the team.
Yep.
We have some that have, I know Bucktail, I've been helping Jared up there at Bucktail a little bit. They're at like 20, 22, I think, when they started the season. They got, I know one guy hurt, so they're 21 or 20. And we see that as sort of a trend, especially with the smaller schools. You think this is something that's just a temporary event that's happening, or is this something that maybe is a long-term event?
I think there's a lot of schools struggling for numbers, not only in football but in all sports. It's the time. Things are changing, I guess I would say. I think Brockway, number 1 priority, obviously. Graduating 18 seniors last year was a big hit to us. These kids that have come out tonight and last week obviously come out for the football team, their attitudes are unbelievable. They're working hard. I was in the weight room the other night. They come in right after practice. They went right to the weights. Coach Hagel was in there. Coach Benson was in there. And they made sure that those kids were seeing the reason why they needed to be in there. And it was a great experience, But I do see the numbers decreasing in District 9 football, and it's definitely scary.
Well, and what I try to tell the kids is that if you're going to play this sport, which is a collision sport, your body has to be prepared. Your body has to be prepared for that. And the reason that we strength train is, first of all, to prevent injury. That's the first thing.
Yes.
The second thing is athletic performance, to get better. And I said, if there's a third thing, it's to look good at the beach.
To look good at the beach.
So,
there you go.
So there are those 3 things.
Yeah.
I don't know. As you said, I don't know if that's a trend or not, because this sport takes a lot of effort to get ready, ready to play it. Sometimes kids don't want to give that summer commitment to get stronger and so forth. And I tell them, if you're going to move on, if you want to play this game on another level, then you have to be ready the day you walk into that college to be able to play at that level.
Correct.
Or you're just not going to make it. And I remember talking to Dwight Galt, who's the head strength conditioning coach at Penn State. And I asked him that question. I said, what about these kids that come in to your program? He said, they have to do in the weight room what we do the day they get here.
Wow.
Because if they don't, then, and so the programs they come from have to get them to that level before they ever get to a Penn State or any division.
That's a great lesson to learn as a freshman coming into high school, that's where you need to be.
Yeah, that's where you need to be.
Yeah.
Well, Peter, thank you so much for joining us for this little talk fest.
Thank you very much.
Doing that.
Thank you for covering Brockway Rover football.
Oh, you are welcome. And so we're going to take a little break here while the band's on the field, and we'll be back with more at our halftime. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football. Good job. Thank you.
John and Julie Coyle, owners of McDonald's of Brockway, are ready for another exciting season of Brockway Rover football. They know the importance of teamwork and dedication, and they proudly support the Brockway Rovers. So stop by before or after the game to fill up. They're ready to serve you. McDonald's, Route 219 Brockway, working hard to bring you quick service and quality meals with a smile. Let's go Rovers!
You know what that is? That's the sound of a happy client of Swift Kennedy Insurance because their business is covered. Swift Kennedy staff has over 100 years of experience in commercial property and casualty insurance, plus 15 carriers available, so they can get you the best coverage. They take a risk management approach by evaluating exposures and designing a program just for you, so you can rest easy. Swift Kennedy Insurance Company, Meadow Lane, Du Bois, Swift Kennedy, and CO.com. Relax, you're covered by Swift Kennedy.
Clyde Ferrero and Company certified public accountants are proud to sponsor Brockway Rovers football. High school sports teach young people how to work together, win or lose, and be committed to achieving a common goal. Clyde Ferrero and Company encourages you to support our team, fill the stands, and root them on to victory. Brockway has a lot of spirit, and they show it by supporting our young people. Good luck, Rovers, from the professionals at Clyde Ferrero and Company certified public accountants.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Right now it is halftime, and our score 14-8 in favor of Brookville. And it's been kind of an unexpected first half, Max. On paper, it looked like Brookville would come out here and just run crazy and score a whole pile of points, but that has not happened. We've been fortunate enough to see a pretty good game here, and a very strange game at that. So it's just been very interesting. So you have a few stats from the first half here. Not all that many, really.
No. It seemed like after the first quarter, and some of those stats disappeared in the second. But I got a couple stats for a couple key players. Connor Ford, so far I think I have him in the first half going 5 for 9 for 104 yards. Unfortunately, he has those 2 picks that happened in the first half. I have John Wood with 4 carries with only 5 yards, so you're sad to see that, so hopefully he can pick it up there in the second half. He also has 1 catch for 16 yards as well. Connor Ford, though, is our big runner today, and I have him down for so far as 9 carries for 44 yards. And then on the receiving end, we also have Nick Porn with 2 catches for about 40 yards there, and then Ben Glass also has 2 catches for 47. And the one interesting thing that I want to add here is, usually statisticians don't talk about this, but Lewis Painter's 2 for 2 on field goals today, and he's the leading scorer right now. So I want to give a little props for him in the first half right now, keeping the Rovers here close in the game.
Okay, thank you, Max. I just want to remind folks out there to stay with us till the end of the game for the JohnsonAuto.com player of the game. And so we have the player of the game that we're going to try and come up with here through the course of this second half. And as far as I want to give you a little weather update. I would like to tell you what the sky looks like, but I can't because it's dark. So, but I think it's fairly clear, albeit we can't see any stars, but I think it's fairly clear. The weather's been great so far tonight. Temperature is very comfortable. And, so just want to remind you also that our weather time, it's about 8:35 right now. Our weather and temp is brought to you by Hepler's Country Store in Brockport, where you can find all of your Carhartt attire, including coats, rainwear, and more. Hepler's Country Store on Bogey Run Road in Brockport. Attire, accessories, and boots for all ages. Hepler's Country Store on Facebook, or just stop in. They also have some of Max's favorite stuff that I want to mention here. They've got dry goods. They get baking supplies for all your pregame holiday cooking and baking. All types of sprinkles and hot chocolate. There you go, Max. And spices and more. Hepler's Country Store on Facebook, or just stop in there. Okay, well, we're going to take a little break, and then we'll come back with our second half kickoff. I hope you'll stay with us for that, because this second half, if it's as interesting as the first, should be really very, very interesting. So we'll be back where our score is the Raiders from Brookville 14, the Rovers from Brockway 8, and we'll come back right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
So, where are we going?
Brockway.
Why are we driving all the way to Brockway?
Because it's worth it.
Worth it?
We're going to Glasstown Pizza. Their food is that good. Mamma mia, their Italian specialties are amazing. Plus, their flatbreads, hoagies, specialty burgers, and seafood are out of this world. You know I love mushrooms.
Yup.
Well, Glasstown cuts them up fresh, not canned. Makes my sandwich so much better.
Got their menu up on my phone. GlasstownPizzaPA.com. It is worth a drive. Let's go.
Glasstown Pizzeria, 5th Avenue, downtown Brockway. Love at first bite.
Why work in your yard when you can enjoy it? Thanks to Yardworks. Here's James Burkholder.
So pondless water features and pondless waterfalls are something that is coming very, very popular for homeowners. Also, dry riverbeds and also riverbeds and waterfalls that incorporate many things like outdoor lighting, your landscape lighting, and kind of tie everything together.
Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly maintenance available. Call 594-6421 today and yardworksco.com.
Hi, this is Mike at DeLulo Transport. Due to our continued growth, DeLulo Transport has immediate openings for multiple positions, including non-CDL package delivery drivers, driver helpers, owner-operators, and diesel mechanics. DeLulo Transport is a local family-owned business dedicated to our area and to providing reliable, dedicated transportation services to our customers. We were named 2018 Small Business of the Year and voted Best Trucking and Hauling in the Tri-County area. If you're interested in joining our team, give us a call at 814-503-4131. Stop by the office at 349 DuBois Street or find us at delulotransport.com.
Joe's Tuck Shop is well known for providing the hottest styles in formal wear and tuxedos, but sometimes a suit is all you need for a homecoming or a semi-formal dance. Joe's Tuck Shop in downtown DuBois has suit rentals with ties and vests to match any dress. So when you need to look your best, just go to Joe's. Joe's Tuck Shop, West Long Avenue, downtown DuBois, a proud supporter of Brockway Rover football, making guys look great for 50 years.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
We're back. Don't miss a minute of action all season long. The Rovers are streamlined live online at Sunny 106 FM on your iPad, smartphone, or computer. Catch the Rovers at Sunny 106 FM. And we're kind of roughing it tonight, aren't we, Max? I mean, we are outside the booth. I mean, we're roughing it for you, all you listening. We're really suffering for you here tonight.
Yeah, you guys are probably back home on your lazy boys listening to this on your stereo.
Yeah, enjoying all that organic almond milk, and so we'll be thinking of you anyway. But yeah, it's a beautiful evening here tonight, and so far it's been a very interesting game. And we hope the second half will be the same. So we'll see what adjustments have been made at halftime. I felt that two things. Number one, I think the Rovers missed a couple opportunities, obviously, to score, especially this one from the 2-inch line down here. But I think the Raiders also missed some opportunities. I mean, there were a lot of drop passes on their part. I think their offense has been a little stale at times, which I didn't really expect. At times they didn't look real sharp. And so we'll see what happens at halftime, because a lot of what determines the game is what coaches are able to do at halftime. Even at the highest level in pro ball, the coaches that can do the best job of making adjustments.
The coaches can figure out the right adjustments to keep their offense staying consistent through this half here. Maybe that will decide the winner is, because it seems like both defenses are doing a good job here, especially with Brockway, with how Carson City ran over them last week. They're doing a good job keeping the running backs in. They're doing a good job making sure Krug doesn't make any big plays other than that first run that he had of the game. So I think as long as Brockway can keep that up, get a touchdown on the board is really what they need right now to boost their confidence. I think they have a good chance to maybe pull off an upset here.
Well, they'll have the first opportunity as they will receive the opening kickoff here. And I mentioned the fact that we are live streaming this now, and watch the game live online at Sunny 106 FM with our new live video stream, courtesy of Stars Trevor Sales and Rogos Auto Sales. So we thank those folks for doing that, and our live stream people are right down here to my right, and they're sitting outside tonight too.
Yeah,
so
just like now talking about weird things though to start off the second half. I mean, we've had those two safeties already, but the kicker for Brookville, you don't see this often, but he puts his ball on the tee a little bit weird. The only time I've ever seen that is a couple years ago, the kicker for Oregon used to set it up like that for onside kicks. So when I first thought that, I'm like, what is this kid doing right off the bat? So you think about anything strange, listeners, that's another thing that's happening tonight that you usually don't see at a football game.
Now, it's hard to see the numbers, as I said. They have listed on the Prom as kicker as Donovan Hoffman, number 24. And I'm not sure that's the right number. It looks like Smith is going to pick it up there at about the 25-yard line. Still on his feet, but we knocked back, and they're going to mark it, I believe, at the 34-yard, somewhere around the 33, 34-yard line. So Brockway will have their first offensive series of the second half from there. They are moving now from our left to our right, as they've the two teams have reversed the field, and we're just underway here in the second half. 14-8 in favor of the Brookville Raiders. You got Brockway Rovers, and you got Brookville Raiders.
BR.
That's hard to,
You can screw up. I mean, I've almost done it a couple times tonight.
Really easy. Okay, first snap. It's Ford who will keep the ball, and he will bring it up. Let's see where they're going to mark it over the 40-yard line to about the 44-yard line. So a nice run there in the opening series in the second half by Connor Ford. Make it a second down now and 4 from the, let's see where they're going to mark it. Looks like the 44-yard line.
Yeah, I think that's a good first play to start this drive.
Yeah.
Good, consistent yard right there. So let's see if they can keep this going here, right, to start this first drive of the second half.
Yeah, second down and 4. Ford is back there. Along with Porin. And he's just going to take it right off the run. And he's across. He's still on his feet inside the 45-yard line of the Raiders. And so there's an advanced disposal first down. So a nice keeper play there by Ford. And by far, he's been the best ground gainer tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think the one thing that's helping him is he's kind of a small guy. And just like you said with Braden Smith earlier, he is fitting himself through some of those tight holes that let him get some of those big gains out there.
The advantage is he's got very quick feet, and that is helpful in any game you play. Okay, so first down and 10 from the 42-yard line. The Rovers in Brookville territory right now. And here goes Ford again off the left side, and he will gain a couple there as well on that first down carry. We'll make it to about the 36-yard line, 37-yard line. So a nice gain there as well.
Yeah, he's running the ball good here, too. I think the other thing I like about what they're doing is not just letting Ford go through the line by himself. They're first sending big Nick Porin through to put a big body through there to open the hole up for him.
Okay, he's back there with Porin this time, and also I think that is going to be Smith. No, it's going to be always back in the game. That is John Wood. So Wood is back there, and he is hit. I was going to say immediately, but he was. Can you be hit more than immediately? I'm not sure. But
it really seemed like it, kind of like that safety earlier. It looked like just before he got the handoff, he got hit. It seems like that's happening every once in a while for the Rovers. So hopefully they can limit some of those big defensive plays that the Raiders are getting.
Okay, passing situation, third down and 10 from the 38 of Brookville now. Ford's back there, trips to the near side, one slot to one split receiver to the far side, and there's the pass. Geisel was open at the 35-yard line, but that ball was into the ground, so that'll bring up a fourth down now.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate because it looked like two of the cover men for the Raiders actually got crossed up, and Glassel was open for a slant. I think he would have easily had a first down there if the pass got to him.
Well, one thing, if your feet are not right, the pass is not going to be right. And when I work with quarterbacks, I always tell them the inside of your left knee needs to be on the target. If it is not, you're probably going to throw it somewhere than where it should be. Okay, so that brings up a fourth down and a flag on the play before the ball was snapped. So let's see what that call is. Usually a too much time call. And illegal procedure call, so somebody moved up front. So that'll move back even farther. And so in critical situations, I think that we have seen Brockway kind of shoot themselves in the foot where they have lost yardage. We saw it down here at the end of the first half down on the left side of the field as well. So, again, against a good team, you just can't make those kinds of mistakes. But it's a young team.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. Maybe it's just the young team, maybe some of the nerves. But hopefully throughout this game they continue to mature and actually make some of those big plays when they count.
Well, we definitely have seen maturity tonight from last week. There's no doubt about that. Okay, Lewis Painter with the kick. And it's going to hit and bounce around there at the 20-yard line. And it's going to be picked up, though. And the tackle almost made it back there, and it will finally be made. And so he actually tackled him twice.
Twice? I mean, he it was actually lucky because he looked like he was about to tackle him at the 12-yard line, got through him, and I think he got tackled again at the 6. So we worked out in Braden Smith's favor there.
Yeah, tackled at the 6-yard line. So Brookville will have their first offensive series starting at their own 6-yard line.
Now, this is the bad area that we've seen tonight. We've already seen 2 safeties from this side of the field, so I'm really sure the Raiders are hoping they can get out of that area so they can hopefully not get another safety again. Yeah.
Well, when you have someone back there like Krug is, it doesn't matter where you are on the field, he could break one really from anywhere. And so he is at quarterback. He is the junior. He has got the all-time passing record here at Brookville. And all-time passing record, I should say, in District 9 at this point. So, okay, on that first down carry, we have a nice gain there of about 6. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. Ball's going to be resting there at about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, number 31, John Wood for the Rovers, was in on that tackle and bringing him down. So we've seen him get active in the defense again here.
Okay, Krug is back to pass, looking downfield, dancing around back there. Finally run to his to the far side. Still looking to pass, and he has a man open who was hit immediately.
Braden Smith made a good hit on, I can't see who that is on the Raiders, but he actually had that ball there, and Braden Smith came in with a hard hit, and he did almost immediately.
Yeah, he timed that just perfectly.
Perfectly, yeah.
Because he definitely was open. And again, we apologize because I tell you, I'm having, especially since the lights have come on, I am having real trouble identifying Brookville players. I apologize for that. I do have my glasses on, but I still can't.
We'll do our best for you.
Yeah, we'll do our best, but it's very, very difficult. Okay, we know that Krug is back there, quarterback. We know that.
That's the one consistent thing that we know.
So, yeah, but the other people are kind of switching around position, so we can't kind of identify them by position. We have a double slot. Krug is looking back to pass on this 3rd down as a man open, and it looks like he makes the catch at about the 19-yard line, and he does. And so that is a advanced disposal 1st down. They're going to mark it right at the 20.
Seems like the Raiders are continuing with when they're passing the ball, they're letting Krug get outside the pocket to his strong side. I think they're going to continue to do something like that on passing situations.
And, that was not a great pass either. And what I've seen from Mr. Krug is that getting the feet set before he throws. And so some of the passes have been off tonight. Okay, so 1st down now, 1st and 10. Krug looking to pass again, but will bring it down, try to run, and will be dropped for a loss back to about the 15-yard line. So a nice play there defensively.
It looked like Seth Stewart got there in on the tackle there, but I think the defense did a good job there because I think they were trying to do a fake screen and then a run with Krug. It seemed like the Rover defense had everybody there and was able to easily surround Krug for a loss.
And Stewart's going to be tough. Stewart's only a freshman. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, I know. I think we get him for 3 more years. A lot of these kids are freshmen.
Yeah, so he's going to be decent. Okay, Krug is back there now on this 2nd down, and that handoff to the tailback, and he is stopped dead right there, shy of the 20-yard line, about the 18-yard line. We are at 7:21 on a running clock here in the 3rd period. 14-8 is our score. Brookville in the lead over the Brockway Rovers.
I believe that was Nick Pornin on the tackle to stop the running back for Raiders from getting any more yards. It was kind of funny because it looked like he picked him up from his knees and didn't make sure he got any more yards after that.
Trying to identify the tailback, but I have not been able to pick up that number, so I can't tell you. Krug's back to pass now. Looking downfield now, rolling to his far side. That's his offhand. Looking to pass down the field, and no good.
Ooh.
And there's going to be what is going to be a late hit by John Wood, but I have to say that John Wood was in a position where he was not quite sure, whether because that ball got out there in a hurry.
Yeah, I don't blame him for what he did there because I know he was trying to make sure that receiver didn't catch the ball there. I don't know what kind of penalty they're going to call there because they definitely made contact with the ball first, even after he made the hit. So we'll wait and see what the referees are going to call here.
I don't know if they're going to call a late hit. I don't think that you could call a target on that. He certainly was not going for his head, and he didn't hit him in the head. But the flag is down at about the 47-yard line of Brookville, so it's going to be a large penalty. and it will be another advanced disposal first down. So let's see what the call is going to be. Yeah. Okay, they're going to call it a targeting to the, looks like to the helmet, so, but it will be a first down for Brookville.
Now, how does that work in high school? Because I'm assuming it's a little bit different than college. Is it like 2 targetings where a player can get ejected, or how's it go?
Yeah, I haven't read what the recent rule is, but apparently if it had been one, he would be ejected right now. But, and it was not, I didn't think by what I saw that it was a helmet hit. It looked like a shoulder hit to me. It looked like shoulder to shoulder, so I think it's just a,
like a minor targeting penalty, I guess.
I think so. Just a coincidental hit. But anyway, it is a first down for Brookville, and they are about the 30-yard line. So Krug is back to pass, running around back there, running to his left to get the ball out, and it will be caught once again. Very low throw over the 40-yard line to about the 43-yard line. Yeah, shy of the first down, though.
I think it was 88 for Brookville is Macbeth. He made the catch there. So a lot of these receivers for the Raiders are making some good catches on some of those low balls, making sure they get their bodies and their arms down below before it hits the ground.
He's not giving Krug's not giving his receivers a chance to run with the ball after they catch it, and I think they would like to do that, but they're doing a nice job coming back and catching the low balls. Okay, we have a jet motion there. Handoff to the running back this time, and he will tackle there immediately at the 40-yard line. And that's going to be, I think, our friend, Mr. Stewart, number 27.
Yeah, he's getting everywhere, and I think I figured out who the tailback is for the Raiders. I think it's 33, Lincoln Radiker for them.
Okay, 33.
So
okay.
Hopefully we can now identify more of these Raiders as we go.
Oh, it's just difficult. I just cannot read that number. I guess we have to bring binoculars if we get to see them play again. But okay, so we have a slot to the far side and to the near side. It is a third down. Krug looking to pass, and it will be out of bounds. So that will be no good. It'll bring up a fourth down. So it's going to be a fourth down. There's no doubt that he had a foot out of bounds when he caught that.
That's definitely for sure.
We're standing right in front of it. So it'll be a fourth down. The ball's resting at about the 40-yard line, just a little over the 40-yard line, about the 40.5.
Now, do you think the Raiders are going to go for it here since it's about midfield, 4th and 4?
Well, they aren't me, so it's likely that they won't. But if they go for it, then I'll say, hey, they're a lot like me. I figure if I get that close to midfield, but they're not that close to midfield. I mean, they're at the 41-yard line, so this is a little bit of a risk for them with a fourth down and about 4. Krug is back to pass, though, and he will dump it off, and they're going to get the first down out of this one. A little swing pass out to the far side, and that's going to bring the ball down to the 50-yard line, so he'll move the chains, another advanced first down, so a good gamble there.
Yeah, what hurt Brockway there is they tried to send a blitz to actually provide pressure, and what that did is that left the running back wide open for a little swing pass there. So, I mean, I like how they're being aggressive there, but, it little hurt them a little bit, but I really like that how they're blitzing. Maybe a little bit more of them could help them.
Okay, we got that double slot again as Krug is back on a first down. Ball's resting at 50-yard line. And he's still running around back here to the near side. Gets by everybody, and they're going to take it himself. And we'll run out of bounds right at about the 45-yard line, maybe just a little bit inside the 45 of the Raiders. And we'll be about 4 yards shy of the line of gain.
I feel bad for our defensive line here. We just had 3 Brockway linemen run after Krug, and none of them were fast enough to catch him.
Well, that's why, Max, I'm a little surprised that they didn't take more advantage of that thus far in this game with his speed on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, second down and 5. Krug is back to pass. And he will run it to the far side, and he will throw the ball out with a receiver coming back, and that looks like going to be a catch. And if it is, it will be another Brookville first down, and let's see where they're going to mark the ball. It looked like he made a catch over there. Again, coming back for the ball. Nice job by the receivers. Let's see where they mark it. Oh, they're not going to mark it.
I think that's incomplete.
It must be.
I'm wondering if he was out of bounds, because from
that's
here, with this grass field, unlike in Brockway where it's all highlighted, it's hard to see where the out of bounds is over there.
Yeah, he must have been out because it's a third down now at 5. Third down and 5. Double slot again. And there looks like we got Brockway drawn off sides again, so it's going to be an easy first down. So a 3rd down and 5, not a bad idea to go with a hard count.
Yeah, especially with how aggressive that defense has been. So anytime you're within 5 yards, it might not be a bad idea to do a hard count.
And there again is youth also. You know, you tell kids, you coach them up and say, hey, you know, watch the ball.
Yeah, instead of the sound. Yeah.
Just watch the ball. But quarterbacks will do that, and they drew them off that time, so they get an easy first down. Ball resting now at the 40-yard line. And we're at 4:10 now here in a kind of a fast-moving 3rd period.
Yeah, compared to the first half, that's for sure.
So 4:10 remaining on a stop clock here in the 3rd period. There's some jet motion. And Krug is back to pass again. Looking downfield, gets chased out of the pocket again by Stewart. And we'll take it to the far side, and we'll finally get a guy open. And let's see if he makes that catch. I think his feet were in. I think they're going to call it a good catch. And yes, they do. And that is going to be an advanced disposal first down. Going to mark that ball somewhere inside, I think, the 25-yard line at about the 24.
Yeah, Brookville is really taking advantage of the sidelines, it seems like, in this half. I think almost every catch they've had has at least been really close to either one of the sidelines here. The receivers are doing at least a pretty good job keeping their feet in bounds, making sure it's actually a catch and not incomplete.
Well, I think they found kind of a weak spot, but one would think that after a while, that after you start throwing to the sideline long enough, you might get somebody down the seam. So, okay, first down and 10. And let's see, that carry goes nowhere, and they're going to, in fact, loses perhaps a yard on that play to bring the ball back to about the 25.5-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Macbeth got the pitch there from the quarterback Krug, but Brockway was easily there to eat that play up.
Actually, he brought it back farther than that, so it's going to be like a 2nd down and 12 now for the Brookville Raiders. Again, our score 14-8 in favor of the Raiders from Brookville tonight. 2nd down and 12. Krug back to pass again. Standing at his 35 and gets a long ball downfield to the end zone. No good.
Just out of the reach of the wide receiver there for Brookville. That looked like a pretty good pass. Just probably gave it a little bit too much of English on it, a little bit too much power.
Yeah, at times Krug has definitely got a really good arm, but at times he just doesn't get his feet set, to throw the ball. And another thing is that one thing quarterbacks should do in the pocket is to shuffle and not to step in the pocket. So, and there are a lot of shuffling drills that you can do to develop that. And so that's one thing he's going to have to get a hold of here and really get to doing some more shuffling back there. Okay, it is 3rd down, and there is Brockway again. It looked like they jumped offsides again.
Yeah, Brookville's in this half, taking really big advantage of this to put them in better field position, especially on 3rd down. That's going to put them at 3rd and 7. You hate to see that for Brockway. Like you said, those young guys, they got to be more disciplined and look at the ball rather than listen to the count.
And we do have, I just want to mention, we do have a sophomore in for a junior. We know Ty Barr got a knee injury last week. He's a junior. So he's not playing tonight, but in his place is number 77, Owen Johnson. He's a sophomore. Okay, 3rd down now and 7 as Brookville got a little help from that penalty.
I think the referees are calling their own timeout. I think they're discussing something. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing though.
Well, they don't tell us anything.
Exactly.
They don't talk to us.
So unfortunate.
So, yeah, it is unfortunate. We should kind of tap them into what's going on.
Yeah, I know there's some high schools out there that actually mic up the referees. So.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, and it's not that difficult to do in this day and age. So. Okay, but it is 3rd down, and there's 7 yards to go. We're at 3:16 in the 3rd period as Krug will go back to pass again. Quick throw-out pass here to the near sideline. Oh, nice spin move there, and receiver will get tackled inside the 15-yard line to about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, I think John Wood and Ben Glassell got in on the tackle there. John Wood just missed the tackle because that, like you said, that offensive player for the Raiders made a good spin move. But at least he stuck with the play and helped finish off him for the tackle.
And that will be another advanced disposal first down. They can get another one. Brookville can get another first down just outside the goal line at about the 3 or 4 yard line. So it is 1st down and 10 right now. However, from the 13-yard line, Krug is back to pass. So he's looking to throw again, and in the end zone, picked off there. Just tipped off by the Brookville player and lands in the hands of, let's see who
Braden
that is.
Smith, it looked like.
Is it Smith?
I think it's number 23 for Brockway.
Oh, yeah, it's
It's Braden Smith.
Yeah, okay, Braden Smith with a great play in the end zone, and boy, that was certainly helpful because Brookville was on the move again, and so Brockway now gets an opportunity to turn the whole thing around.
Yeah, it went from being almost a near touchdown for Brookville to being an interception for Brockway. And the nice thing that I've seen from Smith tonight, he's kind of been a ball hawk, been wherever the ball is at. So that patience finally paid off for him, right there for the ball, and got an interception tonight for him.
Had that ball been lower, it was a touchdown.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And so, again, Jack Krug, there's no doubt about his ability and his athleticism, but I'll tell you what, you've got to get those finer things worked out.
Yeah.
And because it just takes a little bit of mechanics being off, and you make the bad throw. So, okay, but he's a junior, remember?
Yeah, so he's got one more year to work on those things.
He will get better and better. There's no doubt about that.
Well, think about it. I mean, these guys are young, too, so they got another year to give them even better competition next year.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so Brookville will go on the offensive now. They're moving from our left to our right. We got 2:32 remaining here in the third period, and they are down 14-8 to the Raiders from Brookville. Okay, Ford looking to screen pass. He does, and it's out there to, I can't see him, see his number yet, but there's a flag on the play. So, and it went down in the Brockway backfield, so that doesn't look good.
Yeah, I think it was John Wood that actually made the catch there.
I think it was Wood, yes. But this is going to come back. It's going to be a hold against Brockway, and yet another mistake there by Brockway.
That's definitely unfortunate because the Rovers were kind of lucky on that play because the Raiders blitzed there and they did a little screen pass, so that at least gave them the opportunity to have more blockers, less defenders there. But that holding call hurts them on that play.
Yeah, the play developed pretty well, but again, a hold call will push them back. So now they're going to have another first down, but they're going to have a first down and just a little bit farther to go now. So they're going to be first down and 20. Okay, so Brookville on the road, Brockway on the road tonight. I was bound to do that.
Yeah, Brockway, Brookville, you're always going to mix it up.
Brockway on the road tonight over here at Brookville. Historic Brookville, okay. Back to pass is Ford. He throws the ball up in the air. It is almost picked off, but is not. One thing that Connor's going to have to understand is that when you get in the graphs, do not throw it.
Yeah, because he is very. There were two Raiders right there. It looked like it went through both their hands. He's very lucky.
The ball just kind of popped almost straight up in the air, but went downfield a ways, and so they got away with that one. And that will bring up a second down now and 20 from the 23-yard line. The Rovers moving from our left to our right now here in the second half. Nice crowd out here tonight on a beautiful evening.
Yeah, there's a good Brockway crowd out here tonight. So it's good to see some of our home fans come out to root on our team.
Yep, they came over 28 to make it here tonight. Ford with a pass downfield, but it's on the ground, and it is no good.
Yeah, it seems like so far Brockway hasn't been able to establish some kind of rhythm on offense in this half. So as it's reaching the end of this third quarter, hopefully, if anything, the fourth quarter is their time to shine and be able to catch back up on these Raiders, at least try to tie the game up since they're only down by 6 if you think about it.
Yeah. Well, and there are a few quarterbacks that have the arm strength and the mechanics to be able to throw on the run like that, especially under that kind of pressure, to get that arm back to the L position and get to zero and be accurate. If you don't get to zero, what we call zero, then you're not going to be accurate. That's just all there is to it. Okay, let's see if we have a timeout here on the field, and we do have a timeout. And so this is another U-Water timeout, and we will be back to Brookville, where the score is Brookville 14 and the Rovers from Brockway 8 right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Guardian Elder Care in Brockway provides services to clients who want to remain in their own homes, as well as skilled care and rehabilitative therapy in nursing homes in Punxsutawney, Kerwinsville, Smethport, Clarion, Shippenville, and Clearfield, and the Highland View Healthcare right here in Brockway. However big or small your loved one's needs are, they can help. The Guardian organization is proud to support the Brockway Rovers and equally proud to care for members of our communities. Call Guardian Elder Care, 265-1164.
This is Joe Scarnati. Rover football is back. As your state senator, I am proud to be affiliated with such a great program. consistently putting a team on the field that brings pride to our town, Brockway High School, and to the fans who continue to lend their support. To each participant, whether they be cheerleaders, players, statisticians, managers, or coaches, I wish you continued success and the best of luck at all your games. I will certainly follow every game with the anticipation of another Rover victory.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
38 remaining here in the third period from Brookville. And Max and I have just been talking about the fact that we started this game at 7 o'clock. It's now 5 after 9, so it's been going on for a while. We thought it was going pretty fast, but
our perception of time's wrong.
Perception, yes. Oh, nice throw out there, and I believe that is Smith on the catch. And so they'll pick up some good yardage there, but not enough, as that's going to bring up a fourth down. They will mark that ball at about the 26-yard line, I think. You got to understand, there are no sideline markers here. There's chalk on the field. You know, there's paint on the field that's kind of faint. So sometimes, and we have no hash marks.
Yeah, so it's a complete guess between is that the 29 or is that the 28?
Right. Sometimes it's the 30 and not the 20. You know, so it's a little difficult. We've been spoiled being over at
Brockway for so long.
Brockway, yeah. Right. Okay. Lewis Painter back to kick. Not a very good kick as it will hit on the 40-yard line. And go out of bounds at about the 45. So the Raiders will have very good field position.
I thought it looked for a second that it might actually hit one of the Raider guys the way Ben Glass went off after the ball, but he had no chance even if it did hit him.
No, he did not. Okay, 51 seconds now remaining here in the third period. Our score remains as it has been for some time. 14-8, and you're getting away with it tonight. I mean, you don't have a lot of stats to write down at all.
I know, and I feel like I'm more prepared than last week, so I'm getting a little bored with that.
Yeah. Okay, so the Raiders first down and 10 now from about the 45-yard line. Back to passes Krug, but he'll bring it down and run. He's got running room there, and he will be tackled from behind, but not before he gets down to about the 37-yard line of the Rovers.
Man, did you see that, though? Seth Stewart was on the right side of the line, was in the backfield, and then rushed back to get Krug and stop him for only an 8-yard gain. That he has a high motor.
I remember, this is a ways back, but when the Brookville Raiders played Jeanette, when Pryor was playing quarterback for Jeanette. I was at that game, a windy, cold night, and Pryor was so fast, and they would just charge in there, and he'd just give him a little shake, and he'd go around the end. Oh, there's a run right up the middle, and that is across the all the way inside the 30-yard line, down to the 25-yard line, and
that's Labeni.
Okay, Labeni back in.
I don't think he's been in the game for a while.
No, he hasn't. He's a pretty good-sized kid, too. Yeah. He's pretty chunky. But that's another advanced disposal first down. They're going to mark it just outside the 26, I think, at about the 27. And we're counting down now to the end of the third period. So at the end of 3, our score remains 14-8 from Brookville. Brookville in the lead, 14-8. We'll be back with the beginning of the fourth period right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
John and Julie Coyle, owners of McDonald's of Brockway, are ready for another exciting season of Brockway Rover football. They know the importance of teamwork and dedication, and they proudly support the Brockway Rovers. So stop by before or after the game to fill up. They're ready to serve you. McDonald's, Route 219 Brockway, working hard to bring you quick service and quality meals with a smile. Let's go Rovers!
Clyde Ferrero and Company certified public accountants are proud to sponsor Brockway Rovers football. High school sports teach young people how to work together, win or lose, and be committed to achieving a common goal. Clyde Ferrero and Company encourages you to support our team, fill the stands, and root them on to victory. Brockway has a lot of spirit, and they show it by supporting our young people. Good luck, Rovers, from the professionals at Clyde Ferrero and Company certified public accountants.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Just want to remind you, Priority Digital Services is the local online marketing team. Request a free digital marketing audit at PriorityDigitalServices.com. Okay, we're beginning the fourth period here from Brookville. Bill Edwards along with Max Perenya. And remind you again, we will not be here next week, Max. You won't be here. I will not be here. I'm going to be home, but, out of the hospital, but home with a brand new hip to work with. So look out, buddy. Look out. When
You're
I come
bionic.
back.
You're going to be bionic
I'm going to
now.
be the bionic man. That's right. Okay, first down and 10 from the 25-yard line of the Rovers is the Raiders football team from Brookville. Hand off to Lemeni, and he will get inside, just barely inside the 25-yard line to bring up a second down now and about 9,
Looks
maybe
like
8.
Yep, looks like that was Peyton Maurer in on the tackle. I met that kid today. I'm actually a teacher at Central, so I got to talk to him a little bit. So it's nice that I finally get to say his name on the radio.
Well, yeah, great. You get to know some kids. That's a great thing about working in the schools if you're a coach. It's harder when you're not in the schools. And I had the privilege of teaching in a school and coaching at the same time, and you get to see kids at a different level. In fact, you have them in class, and they know they better listen.
Exactly.
Or else. Second and 8 from the 24 is Brookville. Krug looking downfield. Got a man out there at the 20, 30, 25-yard line, and he'll take it inside the 20 for another advanced disposal first down. So Brookville on the move once again.
Yeah, it looked like Macbeth again made the catch there. He was stopped by, I think it was John Wood. So Brookville's doing a good job of driving down the field. Brockway's got to take this opportunity and make a stand and not let the Raiders score, because I'm not sure if they really have a kicker that can make a field goal from what we saw earlier.
Well, remind you, this is Coach Tom Wolf's second year at Brockway, and I'll tell you what, as Krug goes back to pass right now, and I'll finish that thought in a second if I remember it. Okay, Krug with a pass, and no good. Harmlessly out of bounds there. What I wanted to say was that these coaches today, and I'm glad as a head coach I didn't have to go through all of this, but they have so much paperwork. There's so much they have to keep up with. It's just amazing what they have to do now. I think every head coach will say the same thing. And if I were one today, I would hire a guy that could just take care of all that for me and just let me coach.
Just be the paper guy.
That's exactly right. Yes, be the paper guy, because there's a lot to it. All the, and then the clearances. I had to go through all that clearance stuff, because I'm helping another team, and I had to go through all those clearances again and all that. So it's a lot. It really is. Okay, Krug on a second down, back to pass. Way back there is being pressured, but will throw the ball out of bounds, and not a bad idea as he was in the grasp.
Yeah, Brockway did a good job setting a blitz there. Got the Krug early enough before he could roll out of the pocket. That pressure provided an opportunity for him to throw an incomplete pass. So good job on the Rover defense there to get through the line quick enough.
Well, that again brings up a third down and 10 now. And that ball is going to be resting right at the 25-yard line. So another scoring opportunity here for Brookville. And Krug back to pass once again. He's throwing a lot of passes tonight. And that pass is going to be caught inside the 5-yard line at about the 4-yard line. Nice catch there. And I'll tell you what, that ball was fired.
Yeah, that was a bullet, too. And Brayton Smith, I think, looked like he was ready to make a play there for another interception. I think we have a Rover player down on the play now.
Looks like a cramp, which can happen on at this time of year especially. In fact, we have another cramp on the sideline here with Brookville. So looks like a calf, cramp in the calf. And, they're still working on, I've been into the medical part of this stuff for a long time also, sports medicine, and I'm surprised they're still using the method they're using for cramps. Kids get this knot in their calf, and there's something muscles cannot do. Muscles in the front, let's take your thigh for instance, muscles in the front of your thigh and in the back of your thigh, the hamstring, cannot contract at the same time. And so you're getting a contraction, a severe contraction, let's say in the hamstring. Well, if you contract the muscles of the quad, those 4 muscles of the quad, that has to relax in the back because they both can't contract at the same time.
Oh, that's a smart idea there.
And so what I do with the calf is I have them do what's called dorsiflexion. And when you do dorsiflexion, you cause the anterior tibialis to contract. Therefore, the calf, the gastroc, has to relax. And so that's my method of doing it. And it happens a lot faster than what, the way they're still doing it. So
I didn't think I'd learn something new today, but hey, there you go. So I'll have to remember that the next time I get a Charlie horse.
Just a wealth of information. Yeah, if you get a Charlie horse, which is what we call in the back of the leg, in the hamstring, then contract the quad muscles, and that has to relax. It can't both do it at the same time. So that's just a part of the way that we're were put together. That's all. Okay, well, the cramping is over.
Yeah, just so the listeners or viewers back home, that was Ben Glassell there that ended up getting the cramp there on the field.
Okay, so it's a first down now, first down and goal for the Raiders. And there's a handoff, and that is Labeni, and he will go straight ahead in the end zone from the 4-yard line. From the 4-yard line goes Labeni, and he will score with 10:06 remaining in the final period of this game.
Yeah, it took about 14 minutes to finally get our first offensive score of the second half.
Yeah, that's amazing. So that makes it 20-8 now in favor of the Raiders. But I think all the pundits, including myself, by the way, if I don't class myself as a pundit, but I thought it would be a little different game tonight than it turned out to be. And so what has happened is the Rovers have really picked up their game, and these young people have started to play better, and it has shown up this week. So I give a lot of credit to them.
Yeah, we can only hope that score there doesn't open up the floodgates for that Raider offense.
You're right, because there's still 10:06 in the game. Okay, they're going for 2, which tells me they don't have a kicker. And Krug has it, looking to throw, and no good. So the score will remain 20-8 with 10:06 here in this football game. And we'll be back with the Brookville Raider kickoff right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Why work in your yard when you can enjoy it? Thanks to Yardworks. Here's James Burkholder.
We do a virtual walkthrough with the customer. That way they can see live and live in color what this product's actually going to look like installed at their house. So we go the extra mile for our customers, and they can have a virtual walkthrough and visit the project and see exactly what it's going to look like and go from there.
Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly maintenance available. Call 594-6421 today and yardworksco.com.
Community service and school involvement. Time given to make where we live and learn a better place. The attorneys at Ferrero, Crook and Ferrero are longtime members of the Brockway community and sincerely appreciate the many people who give of themselves to make Brockway the community it is. They're also big supporters of Brockway football, recognizing the hours of dedication and hard work by the coaches, players, cheerleaders, and the band. People dedicated to community and school spirit, bringing us all together. Thank you, and good luck, Rovers, from Ferrero, Crook and Ferrero. Attorneys at Law, Brockway, your hometown law firm.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we're back for news delivered to your inbox. Sign up today at bestoftricounty.com as the kickoff will be received there by number 23. I think that's Smith, Braden Smith.
Yep.
And he will bring it up to about the 36-yard line. So a decent starting place there for the Rovers. You know, I might be better off just saying Raiders and Rovers, but even there you can get confused. You know, they both start with an R. You know, they kind of sound a little bit.
Either way, we're most likely going to screw up these names. So we apologize right now.
I'm messed up both ways, yeah. Okay, well, it's still a beautiful night for football, and so remember that our temperature and our time always brought to you by Hepler's Country Store. So you get over there to Hepler's Country Store on Bogey Run Road in Brockport for all the accessories that we mentioned earlier. If you like those sprinkles like Max does, then you can get over there and get your sprinkles along with your chocolate and your cocoa and stuff like that. Okay, so it's a first down and 10 now. Ball is resting just over the 35-yard line to the 36. Rovers are moving from our right to our left, and we have a timeout Brockway, and so we have a timeout here. We're going to chill, Max, and we're going to keep it right here, Marty. So we're going to stay here, and we can talk about. I don't know a whole lot about. St. Mary's is next week. I know that they had a whole lot of players out for the team. So somebody told me, I don't know if this is correct, or which one is correct. Somebody said, they have 100 guys out for the team. That could be an exaggeration. And then somebody said 75, which sounds more realistic. But in any event,
that's still a lot of kids.
It's still a lot of kids. Yeah, a lot of kids. We know that the former head coach here, Chris Dwork, is now the head coach at St. Mary's, and his offensive coordinator, Mr. Verichetti, is there with him. And so I suspect that they probably are running the spread offense as well, because, offenses come along in different time frames. You get different offenses. And the spread has been big now for a while. I suspect that at some point that's going to change.
Yeah, because, you can even see it developing in the NFL right now as well.
Yes. And it's let's face it, in high school, you have to give your offense to the people that you have. You may not have people that can run the spread offense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're back to play. Max, 9:57 on a stop clock right now. Brockway moving from our right to our left. Ford looking to run the ball and is getting trapped back there, and he will go down and lose yards on that play. They're going to call forward progress at the 30-yard line, so he's going to lose about 5, maybe 6, and that's going to bring up a second down. So that's not the direction they want to go.
Now that's a bad sack that you want to take there. I think he needs to learn more of once he starts to get in trouble, try to throw that ball away rather than sometimes try to run it, or even earlier in the game when he was trying to throw it when he's under distress.
Yeah, right. And mostly when you're going forward as a quarterback, you better keep going forward. Don't think about turning your back and going backwards, because then you're in big trouble. So, okay, trips to the far side this time. Slot to the near side. The jet motion. That's John Wood will take the handoff. And he's got room around that right side, though. And he's got that sideline. And he's got the first down and a little bit more as he gets an advanced disposal first down. They're going to mark that ball probably about the 49-yard line. So a great run there by John Wood as he almost gets to midfield.
Yeah, that was his best run of the night of, I think, about 19 yards. So that's a positive sign for the Brockway because he seemed to be pretty quiet tonight. So maybe if they can get him going, that will help them get into the end zone soon.
Yep, well, they need it. They're down 20-8 right now, and they only have 8 minutes and 56 seconds remaining to put any points on the board.
Now that's still plenty of time for them to tie this game up. But that defense just has to keep doing their job tonight. I think they've done a pretty good job of limiting big plays from Brookville and making sure they can get them 3 and outs every once in a while. Because I mean they've only scored 20 points tonight, so I think our defense has done better than what most people actually expected them to do.
Yeah, really, very surprised, but very proud of them tonight for the. Definite improvement they have made from last week. Okay, so we are at a first down. There's first down on the marker there, but a second down on the board. So, okay, there's a handoff. That's Smith, and he'll be tackled behind that. Well, maybe they're going to mark it right at the stick, but a little bit behind. So they're calling that a second down. Now it's going to be a second down and about 12. I have to say that scoreboard has me fouled up a few times tonight. So it's best for me not to look at it, I guess, when it comes to down and yardage.
Yeah, they seem to sometimes be pretty slow on changing
Yeah.
it. So that's why I've been trying to look at the field to try to help you out every once in a while if I could.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's what I pay you for.
I thought the ads did that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, trips to the right. Ford looking to throw the ball downfield. Oh, got a man out. Oh, could not bring it in. That looked like Glassell out there, and could not control that pass. Ford again under pressure there. And Connor hasn't played that position long enough. His throwing motion is not, the mechanics not very good when it comes to throwing the ball, but he hasn't had much time to really work on that. And so sometimes he's what we call short arming it. And but that time really was a decent pass, and I thought Glassell had that, but we can't see how far it might have been away from him from our particular viewpoint here.
Yeah, plus we might not have seen that. Maybe like a Raider defender got his hand in there as well. But, I mean, if he would have pulled that down, that would have been a pretty great catch.
I think we need to watch the replay and see the slow motion replay.
Yeah, there's probably parents out here taking videos of this.
Okay, Ford back to pass again. And he's got some running room if he wants to take it, and he does, but he'll be tackled there right at midfield. So the ball will be resting right on the 50-yard line. That is well short of the line of game. Bring up a fourth down now. A fourth down and about 9 for the Rovers. And, at this juncture in the game, they can ill afford to keep giving the ball back to the Raiders. But where they are on the field, they may be forced to do that as Lewis Painter comes back out on the field.
Yeah, it's really risky business, especially they're at midfield, but it is a 4th and 9. So, I mean, if you go for it and get it, that's great. But, I mean, if you don't get it, you're putting the Raider offense right in a good field position.
If you're the head coach, you're going to be second-guessed no matter what you do. Okay, Painter will hit it about the 40-yard line, and a nice high kick there. Nice kick, actually. Going to bounce, but bouncing the wrong direction, bouncing backwards, and it'd be down right there at about the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. So Brookville will have it there with 7:26 remaining here in this football game. Well, Max, you get a week off next week.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll just go to the game and cheer on anyway.
But yeah, I think you should just go ahead to the game, and maybe you can get up in the booth there and harass Coach Frank a little bit during the broadcast.
Yeah, why are you taking my job? Come on.
Tell him it's for me, for me. But that'd be okay. Okay, first down and 10 for the Raiders. Krug, ball snapped over his head. Yet again, that's the third time tonight. He's going to pick it up. Nope, going to down it right there. So he's well inside the 10-yard line to about the 7 or 8-yard line. So that was at least 3. One of them cost them 2 points at least.
Yeah, I've actually been waiting for that to happen because I've been noticing every once in a while they've been high snaps, but Krug's been doing a good job of at least handling them. But that one really got away from the center, and I don't think there was really any chance for Krug to handle that. That went pretty far back, too, at least 20 yards, I think.
Okay, so you have a second down and a long way to go, I would say. Perhaps about 30 yards. Krug with the pass. And it just caught there at about the 15-yard line. So he makes up a little bit of that territory, but not enough, as it's a third down and extremely long again. Probably about 22, about 22 yards to go. So, but again, it'll be nice for the guys to do it back home next week because they'll be able to see these numbers really well and hash marks and
see
all
the
that.
Hash marks, know where the ball's at.
That definitely helps when you're announcing a game. It doesn't mean a thing if you're sitting in the stands, but
and one of the worst parts tonight is we're sitting right next to the Raider marching band, so every once in a while we have to try to speak over that, and it's hard to hear.
Oh yeah, it's just great high school football. Krug will keep it himself as he comes to the near side. He tackled out of bounds there. And he is well short of the line of game, so he's almost to he's about three yards from the first marker, so that'll bring up a fourth down, a definite punting situation here.
I think number 13, Austin Schmader, got in there on the tackle to limit Krug getting any more yards there. So good job there. I'm really happy with how they're tackling tonight. Haven't seen too many gang tackles. It's been a lot of, it seems like solo tackles or at least 2-on-1, so it's good to see that their tackling's been improving.
Yeah, because that's the place they had trouble last week was that one-on-one tackling. Nice high kick. John Wood is back here. The ball is going to bounce toward the sideline, and it's going to just drop dead right there at about the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. So the Rovers will have yet another opportunity with 6:02 remaining here in this football game. Score still remains 20-8, and a relatively low-scoring game. When I related to what I was actually thinking about what the score might be, it is really a low-scoring game.
And
so far.
Yeah, so far. Yeah, there's still, 6 minutes left, so a lot could happen. But, hey, Brockway's defense has, still kept them in good position to keep themselves in the game. So we can just hope right now that offense starts to click a little bit like they did in the first half and try to drive down the field. They really need a touchdown here.
Oh, yes. Connor Ford back there by himself this time. Jet motion is John Wood. And not much running room over there as he will be hit very close to where he hit the line of scrimmage. In fact, I don't think there's any gain whatsoever, so it's a second down and 10 now. Ball still resting at about the 33, 34-yard line.
I think maybe the biggest adjustment we've seen from the first half to the second half is actually that Raider defense. They've seemed to shore up some of the holes that they've missed in the first half. Because one of the big things in the first half was Ford running around on them. They seem to limit that here, and Brockway's trying to run with John Wood now, but still even that's not working out too well for him. So,
okay, so it's Smith and Wood over here in the slot on the split the slot formation on their side, a slot on the far side as well as Ford will go back looking to pass again, and we'll find a man in the middle of the field. Oh, and that's that's John Wood, and John just could not handle it. That time the ball was on target from Ford as he was running to his right, but Wood was just not able to hang on to that ball. So we are facing now a third down and 10. Ball still resting at about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, with 5:07 left, there's still plenty of time for this Rovers to close this gap on that game. But that catch right, if that incompletion, if that would turn into the catch, that would have been very helpful there because I would have given him a first down. So hopefully he can convert on this 3rd and 10.
Okay, 3rd and 10. Ford rolling to the near side now, looking to pass. Still looking, and toss it out there, and the ball is intercepted at about the 38-yard line. And boy, that was an ill-advised pass there by Ford.
That's for I think he was just trying to force that ball into somewhere that he shouldn't have, and it didn't work out with him like it did earlier in the game.
Well, that was the easiest interception anyone will ever get right there. Because it's just like a little basketball pass, that's all it was. And just nice and soft, and there was just no chance whatsoever.
Well, I mean, I hate to be mean to Brookville, but, I mean, the way they've been catching the ball sometimes tonight, I mean, could have easily just been a drop, though.
Well, sometimes a pass like that will get dropped because it's just maybe too easy. But Brookville will take over, and the ball's resting on the 35-yard line of Brockway with 4:58 remaining on a stop clock right now. In motion is Thrush. Handoff is going to go, I believe that's LeBenny, and he will bring it up near the 25-yard line to the 26-yard line. So inside the 30 to the 26 goes LeBenny, and it will be close to a first down, about 2 yards away for the Raiders.
Yeah, he did a good job keeping his feet going because he made it to multiple levels there. I think he hit the linebacker first, but kept those legs moving, gave him an extra 4 yards there.
Well, he's a stout little running back, that's for sure.
Yeah, kind of like those kids from Carson City last week.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what.
He's our bowling ball this week.
they got some big kids coming back from Carson City next go-around, that is for sure. And, as I look at this roster, too, for Brookville, they're relatively young, too. I mean, you look at this roster, there are not a whole lot of seniors on that roster. So that bodes well for them for the upcoming season. And we've got a catch. That's Krug who
ran the ball.
Keeps it himself and took it out of bounds. So he's on the keeper, and he will get another advanced disposal first down for the Brookville Raiders. 3:59 remaining here in this one. So, all intent and purposes, Brockway has just kind of run out of time here in this one. And the way that their offense just really kind of slowed down and has not been very productive the last several times they've had the ball.
Yeah, haven't really been able to do anything. And Brookville's being smart now by running the ball, trying to run as much clock down as possible, and they're doing a good job getting first downs when they need them to keep this drive going. So up in I think we're getting a flag here. I'm wondering what it's going to be.
Well, hard to tell. What do we have here?
Delay of game.
Delay of game. You know that's an accident.
Yeah.
When you're ahead 20-8 and there's 3:59 on the clock in the last quarter, then you don't want to delay the game. So, but it happens. Okay, so that just gives us a first down now and 15 to go for the Raiders as they're moving from our left to our right. Ball is resting there at the 25-yard line. Krug is back to pass again, but going to hand it off. And can't see who that is, but he takes the ball down to the 15.
That's number 88, Macbeth. I think that's his first carry of the night. We've usually seen him only as a receiver, so it's interesting to see him get into the run game now.
The question is whether Macbeth can run the right play.
Every time I hear that name, I keep thinking of Macbeth, Shakespeare's Macbeth. That's what I keep thinking of. Well, I'm trying not to laugh every time I say his name.
That's why I said, make sure he runs the right play.
I can't believe I missed that.
Well, yeah, you were even standing up and you missed it.
Wow.
I'll tell you, it's just getting late, I guess. Okay, it's 3:15 on running clock. Brookville looking to add to the score. LeBenny will carry it and really doesn't get anything out of that one. So it's third down and 5 for the Raiders.
Yeah, I think right now it just comes more of a milk the clock kind of scenario for the Raiders. Try to take as much time as possible. They really want to get a first down here, but I'm pretty sure this is probably 2 down territory for them anyway.
Well, you got the game clock right here. It's at 16, so you run that thing down to almost 0 before you snap the ball. But Krug is back looking for more, and he is running around his left side. He's got some running room over there, makes some nice moves. And let's see where he goes. Is out of bounds. He's out of bounds.
Yeah, so one ref almost looked like he was going to signal a touchdown, but the other one signaled he was out of bounds. So Rovers are at least lucky there that they give give up a touchdown right now.
And guess where we are? We're about the 2-inch line again.
I wonder what's going to happen
Yeah,
here.
I just wonder what's going to happen.
A lot of bad stuff has happened.
Yep, a lot of bad stuff has happened, but this is one of those calls where you could call, pretty much anything if it's a running play, and you're very close to the goal line. So the ball's sitting almost with the nose on the goal line once again with 2:29 on a stop clock right now. Full house backfill for the Raiders. We got motion now, jet motion across, and hand it off to one of the backs. I can't see who it is, but I think he got in, and he did. So a 2:23 remaining in this football game. The Raiders will take it in, and that is a result of that interception that they made. They capitalized on it, and now it's 26-8 in favor of Brookville. And so we're going to see them now probably go for two once again. And they're not trying to build up the score. They're going for two because
they don't have a kicker. But I actually think it looks like their kicker's out there right now.
Well, here we go.
So, I mean, probably right now they think they probably have a good enough lead to at least try to give them some practice out there. Because what is that? Donovan Hoffman is the kicker there for Brookville. So anytime you can get some practice in game time situations, good for them.
So they have a left-footed kicker and they have a left-footed quarterback. I mean, that doesn't.
What are the odds?
That doesn't happen that often. And the snap is no good, and so the kicker the holder tries to run with it. He does not get in, and so it will remain 26-8. And we'll be back with the Raiders kickoff right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
More Propane in Falls Creek, your locally owned family-operated propane supplier, is proud to sponsor this Brockway football game. More Propane knows how important teamwork is, both on and off the field. The More Propane team works together every day to deliver propane to heat your home, power your business, or fuel your farm. Teamwork is involved to make this happen safely, reliably, and most importantly, affordable for you. When it comes to propane, think more, save more. More Propane, Falls Creek, 299-7073.
When it comes time to buy your next car, truck, or SUV, there's only one place to go. Johnson Motors. You're sure to find just what you want at a price that'll surprise you. Check out the new Buick and GMC models, rugged and tough new Silverado and Equinox, or the top safety pick, Subaru. Plus, Johnson Motors has an incredible pre-owned selection and the lower 40, a variety of bargain-priced vehicles. Stop today, drive today. Celebrating 60 great years in Du Bois. Johnson Motors. Online at johnsonauto.com.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
We are back, and we're almost at the end of this one. We are in Brookville. Brookville leads it by a score 26-8 over the Brockway Rovers with just 2:23 remaining here in this one. Kickoff upcoming, and it's a quick kick right down the center of the field, and it will be down at about the 38-yard line, so the Rovers will start from there.
Yeah, Peyton Maurer got that recovered there. He did a good job of just following on it rather than trying to run it because there were a lot of Raider defenders right there ready to hit him. So It looks like the Rovers are going to start here at the 40-yard line.
Well, we've been talking about the play of the game and the player of the game, and I think that we've kind of come up with the player of the game and the play of the game, but you'll just have to wait for a few minutes for that.
Just got to egg them on a little bit.
We're just going to just make you sit there and drink your almond milk until we come back with that. Okay, Ford back to pass. Got a man open down there at the 45-yard line. That is Smith, I think. He will make that catch. And it will be now 2nd down and 5 for the Rovers as they move from our right to our left with 2:07 on a running clock in this football game.
Yeah, good job there. Hey, at least that's something to work on because they haven't been able to get many positive yards there. So, I mean, it's only a 5-yard gain, but that's still something to work on.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, 2nd down and 5 for the Rovers. Ford back to pass. Looking for somebody out there and throws off the back foot and misses the intended receiver who was open at about the 45-yard line of the Raiders.
Yeah, I think that just comes back to how you keep saying that it's always good for a quarterback to plant his feet first because he looked like he was throwing it off balance off to his side as he threw it. He's lucky he didn't give it a little bit more because I think that ball landed about yard or two away from a Brookville defender.
That was kind of like the old-fashioned jump pass, which they used to use many, many, many years ago. And the last time I saw it done, the quarterback got his leg broken in 2 places. So not a very good idea. There's a throw-out pass to the far side. He's going to get the first down and more. That looks like Smith, and he is down across the 50-yard line, across the 45 down. In fact, he's inside, maybe a little inside the 40-yard line. So another advanced disposal first down. So a nice play there.
I think there's going to be a timeout here. I keep hearing referee whistles here, so don't know exactly what's happening.
Well, I don't either, but that's not unusual for me. So, but we're looking, I think, at a first. They're signaling something to the booth.
They're changing the play clock. They have it at 1:31. The ref wants it back to 1:40. I'm wondering if, probably what happened is they didn't stop the play clock because they got a first down, so that's probably what happened there.
Yes, and it's not the mercy rule yet, so.
No.
Okay, and it's not going to be. Okay, we're on 1:29, though, on a running clock, though. Brockway has it, moving from our right to our left. Working on a first down. Pass out here to the near side as caught, and that is number 13.
That would be Austin Schmader with the catch there.
Schmader with the catch.
You got to like saying that last name.
Schmader, yes, and that is another advanced disposal. First down. Schmader will move the sticks. It'll be a first down at the 22-yard line of Brookville.
Yeah, that was a very lucky pass there because it looked like Connor Ford got hit there right before the pass came. Brookville sent a blitz in on them, but Schmader made a good job catching that ball and heading upfield for him.
That'll be good for their confidence to score here as it passes to, I think, Smith to the far side, and he'll get a couple out of that. So they'll move the sticks a few yards and bring it up a second down. Let's call it a second down and 8.
One thing I like about that Braden Smith kid out there, he might not be big, but he definitely has a fighting spirit. If you hit him, he's not going down until 2 or 3 more guys come in and hit him.
You are correct. Second down now and 8 to go. The Rovers on the move in Brookville territory. Ford looking to pass. He gets in the middle field. That's the Porin, I believe, and makes the catch. But, boy, some of those passes are awfully dangerous, but he got away with that one. They are getting people open in the middle of the field, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think the one thing I like about him is even though he's rolling to our near side, he's still looking on the opposite side of the field to at least see if there's anybody open, at least get a chance to throw it to him if possible.
Okay, so we're a third down now and 7, as they got 1 out of that one, but third down and 7. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field. So we have a timeout on the field, and this is a water supply timeout, and we'll be back with more from Brookville right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Superior Energy Resources in Brockway is a Verichetti family business that supports and services the shell and conventional oil and gas industries. Superior supplies rig mats, gas field services, hot shot services, tanks, fabrication, hoses and fittings, as well as machinery and equipment for the construction, mining, and oil field industries. Call 814-265-1080 or email sales@serllc.co. Superior Energy Resources, solutions to help you move forward.
So, where are we going?
Brockway.
Why are we driving all the way to Brockway?
Because it's worth it.
Worth it?
We're going to Glasstown Pizza. Their food is that good. Mamma mia, their Italian specialties are amazing. Plus, their flatbreads, hoagies, specialty burgers, and seafood are out of this world. You know I love mushrooms.
Yup.
Well, Glasstown cuts them up fresh, not canned. Makes my sandwich so much better.
Got their menu up on my phone. GlasstownPizzaPA.com. It is worth a drive. Let's go.
Glasstown Pizzeria, 5th Avenue, downtown Brockway. Love at first bite.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.